working. Good evening, troopers. Commander on deck. Welcome, welcome. Hope everyone's having a good night. You guys are doing good. And hey there, Moon, and hey, TOA. You came, Moon. Good? Good. I'm gonna say that's good. Hope you guys are doing alright. Busy last 24 hours. Things are interesting right now. But welcome, guys. It's the return of the debrief. I have been kind of forced to not to like step away from this for the past couple of it's been way too long, months. And it's like I said, like because my throat, but I feel a lot stronger now, and I'm taking medicine, and so I'm a lot better now. So we're gonna hopefully I'm gonna start doing this a weekly again. I think I mentioned I want to do like 3 or 4 streams a week to start off, and we'll see how that goes. And one of them I definitely want to make like the debrief, like one of the regulars. So like every Saturday we're gonna be meeting up again like we used to. So, and in case you don't know, the debrief is literally it's just us going over like recent events, mostly in video games and pop culture and things like that, movies, and like people being stupid, retarded, and we just make fun of them and laugh and talk about it and yada yada yada. There's really no limit to what we talk about. New word drop. Yeah, that's another thing. That's the big elephant in the room, so let's just acknowledge it while we're here. Hold on, let me like turn on my music. Let's have a chat about the obvious elephant in the room. What do I start? I get to Yahweh paddle the punishment. Why? What did I do? Is it because I'm gonna talk about geopolitics now? Okay, let's I think it's pretty. We all know what's been happening. About peace prices. Okay, let's calm down. Let's calm down. Okay, first and foremost, I don't want to have like a limit to what we can talk about regarding on this pizza's the best pizza. Now that's a hot take. You guys are distracting me. But like I don't want to have like a limit as to what we can talk about here. Like if it gets into like actual politics or geopolitics or things like that, like I want us to be like, you know, adults and like discuss it, and you know, like just have as much fun quotations as we can about it, you know, because like it's in short, it matters to me. Like I care about it and I want to talk about it as I have like Animal Crossing music in the background. And regarding, so like I hope you guys don't mind that I will occasionally go into this. Thankfully, again, question mark, there's not a lot to say. There has been a strike in Iran. It's ongoing. I picked this video because we're not gonna watch this video, but I picked this video because it pertains to it. Yeah, they're striking Iran. It's as far as I'm aware, this is just what I'm aware of, by the way. I might be wrong. There might be more information that I'm not aware of. It's an ongoing situation. It's like a joint attack by United States and Israel. And from what I heard, the Ayatollah is dead. And I'm not gonna like sugarcoat it. Good. There are some genuinely bad people in the world, and this guy was one of them. Now, that's the claim. It might not be true. I feel like it's too early to say yes or no, he's gone. Yeah, I know about that. The Iranian leader said, the Ayatollah, he's their spiritual leader. He's not the president. They have like a separate president. But this guy was like, is, again, I don't know if he actually is gone or not. I gotta be careful with my words. I already kind of like overstepped some lines, I feel. But from what I understand, like I don't want to like go all in and say, because like, you know, obviously they're saying no, he's fine. You know, the other side saying, yeah, no, we got him, yada yada. We already identified everything. But like that's but that's why I'm saying like allegedly he's gone. And let's just like again, don't beat around the bush. These guys are terrible. Iran's like one of the most is a dictatorship and a very zealous religious one. On top of that, the people do not like this guy. So like there's Iranians all over the world celebrating this ongoing action. This ongoing action and his potential removal. Let's just use that word. I don't want to use the D word anymore. I'm crossing lines. Removal, and they're like, so yeah, like this he's a bad guy. Let's be fucking honest. Like okay, yeah, exactly. Like I just hope, like I said, like a lot of Iranians are already in the streets like celebrating. But at the same time, it's a very dangerous situation. There are bombs going off. As far as I'm aware, there's no boots on the ground yet, at least from the American side. But that could change any hour now, actually. Like, God, it's a rapidly evolving situation. So, just say allegedly every sentence. Allegedly! Allegedly. They're bad guys, allegedly. God damn it. Yeah, this is the first time I've like covered geopolitics and things like that. Cover quotations. Like I'm not covering anything. I'm just bringing what I heard to you guys, and we're talking about it. Like I'm not a reporter. I'm not a journalist. I'm just seeing how it is and saying how I think. That's just how it's always been. Like I don't want you guys to think that like I am a source. Do your own research. Go to these videos. They're way more qualified than I am, but I'm glad that you can come here and hang out and we can just talk about it. It's just for fun. For fun. Again, quotations. This is a very serious situation. That aside, the reason why, like, to go back to where I was saying at the very beginning, this stuff matters to me and I care about it, and genuinely I find it interesting and fascinating. Like this whole getup, the bunny commander, the bunny warrior motif and soldier, cyberpunk soldier. I own 17 tanks and 32 boxer vehicles. I'm looking into getting a Lynx. Like all this like war talk. Like this isn't like entirely a gimmick to talk to you guys for real, like on a real basis. Like I genuinely find this stuff fascinating, and this includes like geopolitics and like actual ongoing conflicts and things like that. So like everything that's like been happening, like we all know the stuff, Ukraine, ongoing stuff with potential war in Taiwan, the Middle East, you name it. Like I was on top of that. Like again, like I'm not reporting on it, but like I am keeping up with it, and I know a lot. Not a lot. I'm not trying to like toot my own horn or anything, but I probably know more than most. Maybe that's the best way to put it. And I have a lot of sources. I go to a lot, I talk to a lot of different people. I watch a lot of different people. And the reason you can just watch them with online version. I mean, arguably you're more well informed by watching me than like not doing anything. Technically, I mean, whatever. Anyway, like I said, like I do your own research. That's just me covering my bases. Let's be for real. But yeah, like so that's why like I want to potentially get more into this. Like I said, as of right now, there's not really much more to say about this. It's an ongoing operation. I'm with you, Moon. Basically, like I hope the people themselves come out of this mostly unscathed, and I want this to be as quick and painless as possible. A line I read in it was a Warhammer book actually, but but I think it's true. One line I read from a Warhammer book is like the most just war is a quick war. Like if you have to do it, like make it quick. If it has to be brutal, make it brutal, but make it quick. Like rip the band-aid. It's better in the long run. You want to cause as minimal suffering as possible if you have to. So that's like, yeah, I just hope it ends soon. I hope we don't have to put boots on the ground, because that's a scary thought. I don't want like this to become another Iraq or Afghanistan where it's like year after year after year of us just being stuck there. So yeah, hopefully, as far as I'm aware, it was a pretty decent decapitating strike. As many as 40, I heard as many as 40 top leaders are, how do I say this and not get into trouble? Indisposed. As many as 40 leaders are indisposed. Again, it's according to Israel, so like, you know, take it or leave it, whether you believe that or not. That's just what I heard. It's good. It will be, yeah, if we lose even one American, it would be absolutely terrible, and the longer this lasts, the more likely that's gonna happen. So like, that's what I'm saying, like, this needs to be I'm hoping, God, I don't want to say anything because I feel like I'm gonna be jinxing it, but like, I just hope it's as short as possible, if it has to happen at all. Worked out great in both cases. Yeah, exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, it seems like right now they're kind of committed to not trying to put boots on the ground, but it's an ongoing situation. And like I said, like, if what is being said is true, it's a pretty damn good first step. This guy might be gone, 40 of his leaders might be gone. That's pretty fucking that's pretty fucking decisive, if you ask me, if it's true. Again, like, allegedly, all that. So, you know, all that being said, I hope it's, I understand where you're coming from, Moon. You're very skeptical, and like, you should be skeptical, because like, you don't know what's gonna happen. Like, hope for the best, but like, it could be worse. It could get a lot worse, so we'll see what happens. Again, ongoing situation. But yeah, and I've seen some of the footage. I can't show you any of it because it's pretty gnarly. It's gotten some kind of bad. Like, they're attacking like neighboring nations too, which is just such a weird strategy. I heard that the reason for it is because like they're trying to stabilize the area so that they can make to put pressure on United States and make them stop. But I don't think that's gonna work at this point. And it's just making everyone else angry. So now it's gonna turn into like a 5 or 6 on 1 fight, and that's it's just gonna make it end sooner for them. So who knows? And also the strait itself is it's a very key location. So since it's a shadow realm, that's one way to put it. Sure, we'll use that term. It's a very key location, and like, if it's shut down, like, if they shut it down like completely, it could cause a lot of problems with like the world economics and shit like that. Like, that's their big thing. But then again, there's like a massive armada there of US ships, so if they wanted to shut it down, good luck. I don't know. They would have to be holding a lot of their missiles in reserve to be able to like stop the US from like protecting them, basically. Because like, it would take a lot to like overwhelm like carriers and destroyers and all their missile defenses and shit like that. Anyway, again, ongoing situation. Hopefully we'll see what happens. Like, that's all I can really say. Like, and I hope and pray for the Iranian people. I hope this ends with them free, and they can like finally, you know, determine their own destinies moving forward. And that's all I can really like. That's all I can really like give at this moment in time. But that aside, I do hope like in the future we could potentially talk more about it, depending on what happens, as well as like other conflicts. Like, I follow like, again, like a bunch of guys like Cappy Army, William Spaniel, oh shit, what was it? Task and Purpose. Even Arch Warhammer. I guess he's not Arch Warhammer anymore. Even Arch talks about like military conflict and things like that are like ongoing and things like that. So I have a lot of sources I can pull from, and so moving forward, I would like to like talk more about like this sort of things because again, like this genuinely appeals to me. There's a reason why I am the commander. It's not just a motif. It's actually like I actually study this kind of stuff. Study quotations. Again, I'm using like big words that don't really apply to me. It's more like for fun. Fun. Again, I don't like to use the word fun here. It's weird. I'm jumbled, okay? But you get what I'm trying to say. Anyway, this was a whole thing. The Pentagon pizza theory. The idea. I'm not gonna talk too much about it, but basically the idea is that whenever there's a big surplus in pizza being bought in the shops around the Pentagon, that means they're doing an all-nighter, which means a war is about to start, which isn't true, unfortunately, because it's kind of a now that's a fun theory. Now that's a fun/funny theory, but there actually isn't any. It actually isn't true, unfortunately, or potentially actually fortunately, because then people could just like look at that and then like, you know, potential enemies can be like, oh, it's time to like it's time to batten down the hatches because an attack's coming right now. Maybe in like the 80s and 90s that might have been the case, but they've learned about that, people know about the theory. Just like entire websites that track the pizza places around the Pentagon, which is just hilarious to think about. So I think they're aware that it's a potential security leak. So like, yeah, they learn to like, you know, they have their own food court on the inside. The Pentagon has its own food supplies. If they need to like do a bunch of stuff overnight and not like cause an alarm, they can just batten down the hatches. The Pentagon is self-sufficient, okay, in terms of intelligence, as well as it basically being a fortress. It is a Pentagon. Anyway, also TOA, thank you for the redeem, and thank you for being so understanding. I hope everyone else is too, but here you go. Mwah. Thank you for sticking with this fucking autistic commander. They still have to talk about. Well, you know, pizza gets boring after a while, right? The Waffle House. Oh yeah, okay. The Waffle House Index has more credence because like it's not related to like a national security. But if you don't know what the Waffle House Index is, it's basically if there's like a storm or some kind of natural disaster, if there is still Waffle Houses open around in the area where the disaster is happening, then you know it's not that bad. But if the Waffle Houses start closing down, then you know like it's pretty fucking bad. I think that like the most recent one was like some snowstorm. I don't know the names of all the storms, obviously, but you know there was like a hurricane or something. Yeah, the point is, the Waffle House Index is pretty fucking gnarly. They don't close down for shit unless like it's actually like borderline end of the world scenario. Those guys are crazy. I mean, they have to be considering there's like what, like a fucking brawl every other night if they're lucky. If Waffle House is closed, the area is uninhabitable. Basically, there's a reason why. Oh, I gotta show you this. There's a reason why this is a meme. Somebody created a Warhammer Waffle House, and it's actually a tabletop feature. That is amazing. And of course, Nurglings are the ones like taking it over and claiming it. Oh my god, yeah. Not even Warhammer is bad enough for the Waffle House. Oh god. Anyway, that's so good. No pizza, only terrible cafeteria. Unfortunate. I like. You wish our soldiers could get something better. Actually, from what I understand, the Pentagon food court, like they keep it secret because it's the Pentagon. But they have like things like McDonald's. I think they do have pizza places, a Taco Bell, and I know there's at least like a coffee shop there. It's like a variety. Like if you can think of like a regular, like think of like a food court at like a university. It's probably like that, similar kind of like food and things like that. Plus, I imagine they have like rations like in the basement. Like if it gets really, really bad, they have like an underground supply of like self-staple food and water. You know, just in case. Like I imagine that they have that. But of course, like for like everyday stuff, I mean, I imagine it's just like a basic. It's like a basic food court. If you've been to a food court, you've probably been to something similar. It's not. They don't have like a special brand army. Like real life army bases have like Whataburgers and McDonald's at them. I know, I've been to some of them, and they're actually pretty good. It's like again, it's just a food court. This is McDonald's. Of course, they have McDonald's in Trump's White House. There's a McDonald's in the. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a McDonald's in the White House. Honestly, if I was president, I would put a McDonald's in the White House. Let's be real. Anyway, thankfully we got past like the really scary trauma stuff. So let's move on to like more silly things and yada yada. You know, the usual drama. I promise that would be like the most harsh thing today. Anyway, on with it. So there was a Pokemon Day. I wasn't impressed. Okay. Let me be a little fair. Let me be more fair. There was a it looks ass. I'm not impressed by the new game. I've only seen the trailer. It's right here, by the way. The new Pokemon Winds and Waves, but I haven't seen the entire direct. It's a whole 24 minutes. We're gonna kind of like go through it relatively quickly. But I'm not impressed, and I'll get to it as we go through because I'm an old man, guys. I've been playing Pokemon since, oh my god, how long? Like 2005 with Pokemon Emerald. That was my first game, and I knew peak. I experienced peak Pokemon. Whether it was Emerald, whether it was Generation 4 with Diamond and Pearl and Platinum, whether it was like the absolute gorgeous highs of Generation 5. I'm talking again, so let's like put this back on. Or the or like the borderline perfection that was Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Like I still say those are like the best games ever. And then like the Rise of the Megas, which was like the only good gimmick they ever made. They never made a gimmick as good as Megas. That's why they brought it back in Z and A, and it didn't even save that game. Z and A's ass. But the point is, I know what good Pokemon games are like, and I have zero faith in modern Nintendo and Pokemon, the Pokemon Company or Game Freak or whatever the hell they call themselves these days. I have no faith. I want to be proven wrong, and I'm willing to be proven wrong. Like, prove me wrong, please. Like, I'm on my hands and knees. Please prove me wrong. Make a good game and make me eat my words. But they haven't done it yet. And they haven't been doing that for the past 4 generations. Like, 8 years? Probably more now? I can't remember how many. When was Sword and Shield come out? I can't remember. Whatever. The point is, that's where, like, it really started, like, plainly being bad. Sun and Moon was like where we're starting to like dip noticeably, but like it really flatlined at Sword and Shield. Oh my god. Oh god, it'd be cool if you did an MRE. Oh, I should do that. You're right. Like that's something actually like legitimately. Oh, hold on, way too high up. That's something I really want to do, like an MRE opening video. I just have to buy MREs. I have to find some. They're hard to get, but that's something I always I have had ideas of doing that for the longest time, but I need to. But thank you for reminding me of it, because I actually forgot about that. Maybe, like, sometime this year, maybe I will do that. I need to, like, get a hold of an MRE or two. Firestarter is definitely best starter. That is true. The Firestarter is the best starter. True. Played White and Gold. You played the best ones, then. You already played the best ones. Black and White and Black and White 2 are the best ones. Well, some of the best. They're, like, definitely, like, top 3. Played OG Red, Blue, and Yellow on release. Damn. I thought I was old. But that's fine, because like you know good Pokemon games too. Like hey, the first ones were peak as well. They were all peak until we got the Sword and Shield. Anyway, 2 is my favorite. 2 is really good too. I've been going back to 2 the past like year or so. I really like 2. 2 is really fun. I get all the people who Like I knew a lot of friends, and I know some people like at work who like I stopped at two. Two was best, and like I used to think that was dumb back in like high school, but now I get it. I get it. Two is peak. It's so good. The pizza MRE, isn't that one of the better ones? Or like it's okay-ish. I can't remember. I know the really bad one is the vegetable omelet. The vomlet, as a lot of service members like to say. I don't know. I'll see what I can get a hold of. We'll see. I don't think them. I think the vomlet is. It didn't last a year. I think it like they discontinued it like almost immediately. Are you saying the pizza's legendary? Because if it is, like I want to try it. Anyway, we're talking. Let's get on with the Pokemon thing because we have like a lot to get to tonight. Also, I don't want to go longer than like maybe 3 hours because again, I'm still kind of trying to work my way back into streaming properly. So I don't want to completely throw out my voice in one stream. Hope you guys understand. Anyway, I mean, I like this intro. This is cute. I don't own copies of the original, but I have like yellow on emulator on my little emulation device over there, which I kind of want to grab. Oh, there it is. That's the best Gen 3. Autocorrect. No, you're good. You're good. I remember the trumpets. The trumpet. I remember when Auras was announced, and everyone was like, "The trumpets, the trumpets, the trumpets," and I was there with them. I miss Gen 3 so much. That's why I want Gamma Emerald to be good so bad. Oh, Gen 4, Gen 5, Gen 6 was okay. Gen 6 brought Megas, and Megas were actually good in Gen 6, so... Okay, now we're getting to the garbage. Blech. I hate the big... Dynamax? Is that what it's called? So dumb. Okay, let's see. Oh my god, we're starting to get to the point where, like, half of all... Also, notice a trend here. There's so much more content in the first half of Pokemon's history. The second half, there's so much less. And all of this is consistently solid. Like around here, like it started to like dip in my opinion, but it was still solid. Like everything prior to this was just like perfection. But they were pumping them out like consistently. And then here they were really starting to slow down. And like anyone with actual taste can tell you that it's not, it just ain't it. So combination of like it's like that quality versus quantity argument. They have neither now. They can't do quantity or quality anymore, whereas they consistently did both in the past. Also, I love how like they presented this like as a like, oh, let's celebrate our history, and it's like, yeah, I remember when the games were good. This isn't like, you probably don't want to draw attention to this. Guys, what are you doing? Like, oh, I just realized they're all in different languages. That's kind of neat, I guess. So hey, Hoppy, welcome. Confuse your strawberries. No, they're mine. Actually, I don't have any. I think I'll buy strawberries actually. But hope you're doing good tonight. We were talking about
hello everyone. I'm Ishihara from the Pokemon
War, and now we're talking about Pokemon.
Today, February 27, is Pokemon Day.
Yeah, we're a day late.
This is the date the Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green games were first released in Japan.
Yeah.
Marking the beginning of the Pokemon series.
Okay, like we get
a
this.
Milestone Pokemon.
Let's talk about the history. Let's talk about like what's coming up. I wish I had an original Game Boy. The oldest console I own is like Game Boy Color that I bought in high school from a friend. You can't find cartridges that good unless these are like they made these. They're probably props, but they made these for this show. But they're not gonna sell them to you. They're not gonna sell you remakes. The same thing with the Game Boy. I just realized the same thing for the Game Boy. They're not gonna sell you reproductions of Game Boys or original copy or reproduction copies of Red and Blue. Fuck you. Wait, what? Oh, this is even worse. They are gonna sell it to you. Oh my god, I heard about. Okay, yeah, I heard whisperings about this. I'm sorry, my face is in my hands right now. I'm just like, you're right. The SP was the best handheld. I'm really partial to the DS though, the original DS. I love the DS. Fuck, fuck. 7 years in the box. Preserve that thing. Treat it like a child. Love it forever, and hide it away from the world. That is so precious. They're becoming rare and rarer these days. Though I have seen some people like maul. Well, they were really old and raggedy, but I have seen people in maul old Game Boys. Can't be bossed by Nintendo products. The bum would just find other means. Always buy a Miyu Mini. Just buy a Miyu Mini. You'll be able to play every good Pokemon game off of that thing. Alright, yeah, I heard about this. It's a music player shaped like a Game Boy, and it has cartridges. Now, I don't necessarily hate this. It's kind of fun. Like I was a kid like in the 2000s. I remember like little toys like this, like little they weren't MP3 players. They were like little, I guess they were kind of like baby's first MP3 player, where like you put like a cartridge in and it plays a song for you. Like I know there was like one brand that I remember I had. I forgot what it was called, but like literally it was like a cartridge. You plug it in, it plays like Backstreet Boys or Britney Spears or name an artist from the 2000s. And like this is not a bad idea, especially because I imagine it's gonna be higher quality. That being said, they're gonna charge you like $100 for this, and each cartridge is gonna be like $15, simply because it's a physical piece. And again, like my initial reaction, you heard it. Why not just reproduce Game Boys? Reproduce Game Boys. Oh, sorry, Mike. Reproduce Game Boys and copies of red and blue. You'll sell way more, and people would be way more happy. I would love to buy a proper Nintendo branded Game Boy and a copy of Red. That'd be so fucking cool. And my brother would probably buy a Game Boy for himself and a copy of Blue. And then it'd be like the old days when me and him were kids, and we always had one. I always got one version, I always got the other. That's one of the best things about growing up with a younger sibling. you get both versions of the Pokemon game. We both have our Game Boy or our DS, and then we get one or the other. That was great growing up, by the way. Now we don't do that anymore because we're a lot more stingy with our money, and they're not worth it. Can't be bothered. The DS Lite was peak. I love the DS Lite, especially the camera version. DSi, that one it looks so good too. That matte black. I miss my DSi. I think it's broke and I threw it out like a long time ago. I wish I had kept it. I probably could have fixed it eventually. SP, DS, DS Lite, 3DS XL. I still have my 3DS XL. It was or new 3DS XL, I believe. That's what I think. I put a picture of it in the game chat like a long time ago. It's so beautiful. The Galaxy 3DS was like the last really good Nintendo. Well, Switch is pretty good. I take Nintendo died when gamers no longer around the company beyond. You're not wrong. Yeah, it's like they always wore suits, but they're like actual suits now. It's just bottom line profit now. They don't play games for games anymore.
I'm Junichi Masuda.
Okay, yeah.
2026 Pokemon Company International
Esports
should be taking place alongside 2026 Pokemon World Championships. Will once again welcome nearly 3,000 competitors from all over the world. In Pokemon competitors
this
in the
is
video
kind of
game
cute.
championships will battle for the first time in Pokemon Champions, while their fellow competitors.
Oh yeah, I heard about Champions. Apparently, you can only have like 60 Pokemon, and then you're capped out. You can't carry anymore. You can only have 60, and then you have to like start getting rid of them. Something like that.
Battle in the Pokemon trading card game, Pokemon Go, and Pokemon Unite. Each of the
surprisingly nice though around. It kind of like fell off really quickly. If you produce products from old Nintendo, just proves how bad new Nintendo's compared to it. I mean, yeah, you're right. That's why they're not gonna do it, because people are just gonna see like, wow, you guys made good shit back in the day. Why would I buy your new stuff? Yeah, you're right.
Matches of these.
Heck, like the new I use that very heavy quotations there. The new oh fuck, what was it called? Oh, that red 3D thing. Virtual Boy, the Virtual Boy. It's not even a Virtual Boy. It's literally just a case, and you can get the cheap cardboard one. I say cheap because it's like 30 bucks, 30, 50 bucks or something like that for cardboard, or you can spend $100 for cheap plastic. And you still need the $500 console to like work it. It's just, oh my god, it's so bad. Bucket pair, you want to get hired? Show us your gameplay history.
Games will be held at the Chase Center. In Arena, we started on a 3 times the size as last hitting Pokemon event. We saw our competitor found the world Pokemon. We expect fun X's, unique panels, hands-on.
And like this is cute. But like let's be honest, this is kind of like part of the problem. When something becomes so big, they don't really care about it anymore. It's about quantity. It's about like pumping out and appealing to the lowest common denominator. It becomes a franchise. You're not like making good quality products. You're making products for everybody. And when you appealing to everybody, your quality is gonna drop. Like, I'm glad this kid is having fun. Like, yes, great, but like, wouldn't it be better if he had grown up in the time of like the GBA games? I think he'd be having so much more lasting experience and fun, and he can still go to his local shop and then like have fun there. Just because the locale is bigger doesn't mean it's better.
Workshops, exciting partner collaborations, and of course, visiting the Pokemon Center pop-up store to celebrate this new championship. Joining us in person in San Francisco. Thank you.
San Francisco, really?
When Thank you, Pokemon
Look at that
trainers.
corporate smile. Look at that evil corporate smile. When you hear about like mega corporations and like cyberpunk dystopians, that's the kind of face you think of, like at the top. Anyway, credit card game, yada yada. You're paying real money for fake cards on your phone. God, I can't believe this thing's still going for 10 years. I played Pokemon Go at launch. And I played it religiously too. But then I realized it wasn't fun. And it isn't. Also peaked that Pocket Pair is making it mandatory to be a gamer to make their games to be higher. Oh, that's not bad. That's actually a really good fucking requirement. If only more game studios did that, actually. Guess these days we'll never have to experience being yelled at for taking the batteries out of the remote control for the Game Boy. I guess that's one good thing now to worry about anymore. Look, that's why like the SP was like the best one, because like it was the first proper handheld Game Boy handheld that ran on a charger. It had its own rechargeable battery, and that's why it was the best one.
Pokemon Go so far will return.
Yeah, I know you got bought out. Alright, what is this? Masters EX from back then. Isn't EX being closed down? I heard something was being ended.
Here.
He looks terrifying in 3D. No, I don't like that. Okay, no. He stands out so badly with a more modern art style. Oh god. I tried it, caught the first Pokemon, then uninstalled it. Complete garbage. I mean, back then I had no standards, and I very much was like a Pokemon adult, even though I was still like high school, university. Excuse me. So I was barely an adult at the time, but still, I fell for it. That was a problem. But at least I quit it within a year. Give me that credit.
Let your curiosity shine.
Fuck is that? Okay, I already.
Pokemon Masters.
Sorry, I'm hitting the mic. This is kind of cute. It kind of reminds me of Mystery Dungeon. And I'm pretty sure there's not going to be a Mystery Dungeon announcement. Okay, Cafe. It's a mobile game. Is that AI? Heard they censored the names. Now you can't name. Oh yeah, yeah. That's one thing they changed. Okay, we're gonna get to that when we get to the new the re-releases of Red and Fire Red and Leaf Green. Hey, it's the most fuckable Pokemon ever. I mean, what? Like, it's just saying. I've seen some recent Gichinkas of Mew, and I'm very normal about it.
Yeah,
Nine. Yeah, I'm surprised people still play that. Not that just like, at least it's unique. Yeah, the card game on your phone. How's this? Oh! I mean, cool. I'm just gonna play on emulator though. I do need to play XD eventually. I never gotten around to it. Remember this good game? Remember this good Pokemon game? Back when they put effort into 3D models. And then that guy came out, ruined it. You hear about the new N64 game engine that came out? Game engine? I'm not sure what you're talking about. I didn't know there was like... I noticed a new N64, like, aftermarket N64. But I didn't know about an engine. So let me lower the volume a little bit. I kind of want that controller, though.
Hello everyone, I'm Utsunomiya, as we share Fire the Pokemon Fire Red,
yeah, here it is.
Pokemon Leaf Green games. Remakes
yeah,
of
they brought them
Red
back.
Pokemon Green games in Japan.
$20 each, and they've been censored. You can't call... You guys can't say it, but I can say it. You can't call your rival a faggot anymore, and it's just... Ah! It is so frustrating, too, because, like, they barely put any...
Were released on Game Boy Advance.
They barely put any like changes into the game.
These games have been made available to play once more as download exclusive
okay, let's
on Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch.
Hold on, maybe I'll stand corrected.
We also plan to make these titles compatible with Pokemon Home in the future.
Alright, fine. Eventually.
This way, you can bring Pokemon obtained in other Pokemon RPG series titles on
yeah, but it's still such a bare bones like transfer. Like, it has no alternate languages. It has no no transfer on release. It's basically what you get from an emulator with none of the benefits of that an emulator gives you, like, you know, changing things, modding it, hacking it, all the good stuff. You can't do it on this thing, and they censored it on top of it. That's like the only thing they put effort into, making it so you can't say naughty words. Yay, thank you, Nintendo. Heck, I mean, I don't know this for sure, but they might have even gotten rid of the game corner. Because remember that big scandal? Pokemon games after Gen 5 question mark no longer have gambling corners or gambling-esque areas. Because you can't have that for the kids, even though it's fucking fictional and in a video game, and there's no outside transactions or anything like that. This Miltank can only be milked so much, Nintendo. Nintendo keeps squeezing Miltank need Pokemon others. This Miltank's gonna fucking die. I mean, the Miltank's still producing milk, unfortunately, because people still want it. Game engine, so there will be more homebrew and new games. Oh, I think you're talking about like things kind of like how the Ocarina of Time, the Zelda N64 games are being ported over to the PC. So like they're actual proper ports, so you can access everything in the files, and they can be modded and modified like as much as you modified, same word, but you know, whatever, you can do whatever you want with them now. It's like it actually lets you do crazy shit in these engines that are no longer bound to the hardware of the N64. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I've already seen like some interesting like mods for like Zelda, for example. Like there's some really cool horror ones that. Yeah, we gotta play that this Halloween, or maybe in the summer. Like maybe we'll do it like another spooky summer fest or something like that. My rival deserved that name. His Pokemon were that bad. Like if he didn't want to be called it, he shouldn't have acted like it. You don't want to be a faggot, don't act like one. I miss the slot machines. I love the slot machines. I'm so happy I started Gen 3. So I was able to abuse the slot machines and get. I forgot what the Pokemon you get from the game corner in Emerald. I think it was a Dratini. No. Was it a Metagross? It was something really powerful that I was really happy to have on my endgame team. It was super hard to get, but like I liked it. I liked having it. RNG is gambling, so fighting beyond. I mean, you're right. There's RNG throughout the entirety of Pokemon games. It is gambling to an extent. If you're looking for a shiny Pokemon, you're gambling.
With you. Or you can send Pokemon to visit.
The odds are
Pokemon
better now,
champions.
but you're still
We
gambling.
hope you look forward to it.
Anyway.
Pokemon champions.
I don't like this guy's hair. What? Like, I get it. It's like supposed to be over the top. So champions. Okay, there's not. Okay. I was gonna say, like, there are not kids fighting 30-something-year-olds and like actually doing well. Let's be real. That's not happening. I've seen kids who can't understand how to play Smash Bros. It's that bad these days when it comes to like how babified video games need to be for like kids these days. Like I know I'm being like the old man yelling at Cloud right now, but like I've seen kids play Smash Bros and Mario Kart. I thought I was bad at that age. Just saying. And like a no life sweaty 30-something. No. They're not going against them and winning. Let's be honest. But like if it's like kids like this with other kids, like sure, whatever. I mean, I assume if you understand Pokemon, you should understand basic math, but in Gen 1 and 1 there was a specific slot machine that paid out to 777. Was that like really like was it like bugged and it always? I know there's like some really crazy exploits for Generation 1. I've been kind of like digging a little bit into it. Yeah, it makes me want to play Yellow. I've never played Yellow. I have it, but I want to play it now. There's no way. They made a greasy middle-aged looking dude going against a kid. I can smell it to this game. I know what they're doing. It's the like the over-the-top, like, you know, trainers and all that nonsense. I kind of like Mega Dragonite. I'm not gonna lie, it looks cool. Half the people on this bus would never be caught dead playing Pokemon. Okay, yeah, it's just a strictly Pokemon. Let me guess, the kid one. Yeah, the kid won. Of course, the kid won because. Yeah, whatever.
We the chair. News about the Mega Dimension.
Guys, the game isn't good. Stop trying to like convince us otherwise. Some of the megas are like alright, but a lot of them just look really dumb and goofy. Like I heard like the day one DLC, which is so fucking stupid. $80 plus $30 on day one DLC. It literally is just the same city but black and white, from what I remember. Like not black and white like black and white the game, like black and white like coloration. And they say it's another world where you use donuts for some reason to like navigate it. I don't get it. It's just delivered padding that they charged you for. It's so bad. The Pokemon Scalper rep. Oh god, you're not wrong. Oh, that Staraptor looked kind of cool. Look, some of the designs look cool. I'll be honest. Like I said, Mega was like, okay, that looks stupid. What did they do to my boy Darkrai? Anyway. God, there's my Garchomp. I remember when Mega Garchomp was revealed, everyone was like certain that Mega Garchomp was gonna be like this. Oh, it's a new Garchomp that flies. Oh, interesting. But anyway, I remember the okay. First of all, regular Mega Garchomp looks cooler. But I remember when Mega Garchomp was announced, everyone was like, "This is gonna be the Uber killer." If you don't know, the Ubers are the rankings in competitive Pokemon. Uber is like the highest rank, and it's usually like filled up with legendaries and things like that. Like heck, I remember. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find that art. There was like, it was like, this came out. When did Mega Garchomp come out? It was a long time ago. There was Skulls. Can I find it? Anyway, I don't think I'm gonna find it, but it was Garchomp, Mega Garchomp, like standing on like a pile of skulls, and they were like legendary Pokemon, like, you know, Dialga, Rayquaza, things like that. And the idea was like Mega Garchomp was gonna be like the one to absolutely sweep them, and then it kind of just turned out to be just okay. I mean, it's still really good, but it's not like game breaking good, which I guess is good because for the sake of like balance, but whatever. It would have been fun. Why is it fly? Flying Pokemon just looks silly. Unless like they're actually flapping their wings. Otherwise they look split down. Hey, OG one. Look, OG Mega Garchomp just looks cooler. Like, let's be real. It just looks cooler. Like, just because the other one fly doesn't mean it's better. A Torkoal Mega. Oh, that would be cool. Or like just do something with Torkoal. It needs some love. The one overweight greasy man. Wow, they really are including people like me for real. Start the game. Same Pokemon always getting such attention while there's over 1,000 Pokemon to show love to. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Darkness. You're not wrong about that. That is true. Don't want it.
For the Pokemon after claiming encounter.
I don't want your flat textures. What's this? This mystery dungeon? Ray party? What the fuck is this? Minecraft? Underground bases? Boy Chomp. Fucking gets there. Hey. Yeah.
Is that curious looking stereo?
Oh, it's that.
Did it get anti-jetic?
It's that weird
music.
creepy Ditto farm game. Okay, how many of the modern fandom even know what this is? How many of them would even be able to recognize a CD-ROM? Just saying. I'm pretty sure like the vast majority of the Pokemon fandom are like 10 and they've never seen a CD-ROM before.
Ditto
yeah, sure is Rodham.
Professor Tangrowth in a wasteland
or flattered in Lapani's chat. They'll be mean to her. Like she just needs to level up.
Alongside other Pokemon to develop the town.
CD.
Of course you can. Blue wants. How do you?
Yeah, I don't care about this game. It's whatever. Power World did it first, and it's likely better too.
Huh?
And they don't like that.
That silhouette.
Oh, it's that thing. Why is the Why is like the voiceover so childish?
Your moves when you eat them. This will player mode. You can eat 3 other people. 2.
Whatever. I just play like Animal Crossing.
By working together, you could even build something.
Oh, I get it. It is kind of like Minecraft, but it's still isn't Minecraft though. You could probably get a better experience when playing Cobblemon, the mod for Minecraft.
Adventures. New and
and then that one, the Pokemon can kill you, which is way cooler. Pre-order and get this Ditto Rag. Really? That is. It's a weird thing to hang up on, but like, the pre-order bonuses just get lazier and lazier. Like, oh wow, Ditto Rug.
you see here.
Yeah, nothing really worthwhile, honestly.
Today.
Yeah. All right, here's the big thing. Let's watch it again. You're right. It isn't gameplay footage, so why should I care? I mean, it's cute. Like, I'm not gonna deny that, but like, I think we've had enough cute. That reminds me of Johto. I'd rather play Johto game. Owen? Oh, Unova? Lumios? Sun and Moon? I forgot the name of the islands. Okay, now we're in the bad places. I don't want to be here anymore. I mean, Sword and Shield had some pretty impressive looking cities. The problem is they had no substance. It was just background. Those buildings that you see in the distance, you couldn't go to any of them. It's literally just set dressing. Whereas, like, for as simple as like older games were, at least like the buildings you could go inside them. What the fuck? Hey guys, free order this $90 game and get this used comrade. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised. Where's the game? Where's the game? There it is. Okay. Not representative of actual gameplay experience. Don't I know it? I mean, I like the it looks pretty. I'm not gonna deny that. There's already porn of her. There's already porn of her. There's already porn of her. And I posted some of it in the Not Safe Work chat if you want to look at it. Use the rag. The president of the Nintendo company. Like, okay, look. The idea of an open world Pokemon game has kind of been a fever dream since, like, the 2010s. The problem is that now that we have the technology to do it, they just won't do it. They just make half-ass, half-baked slop. I'm just trying to, like, what's the kindest word I can use? They are technically open world, but they're glitchy, terrible messes. The balancing is off. They removed like half the Pokemon, yet they keep adding more. It's just, it's not what we wanted when we were dreaming of an open world Pokemon game back in the day. Does this look like it could potentially be closer to that? Maybe. It kind of looks like Monster Hunter, which is not a bad art style. Doesn't mean it's gonna achieve it. Makes me Seltzer as a Walmart employee. What? Post that in the R. I want to see that. Where do they get that idea? If it's not safe for working, where to put it? That's not. Let's go. Let's get him. I love Dustin. All right, here's the little fucks. The dog is the best one. The lizard's like a second place. Its head shape is a little concerning. Is it okay? Did it get dropped at some point? And the bird just looks awkward. We've had some cool birds in the past. Like, Rowlet is still a peak design. I love Rowlet, but there's something wrong with this one. I don't know. Again, like, I was already making, like, baby drop jokes with the blue one, but the grass type might have something similar going on. Brouts. It just looks so funny. It just looks so. We like the bird. I mean, it's a bird. I mean, I kind of like the eyebrows with the leaf eyebrows. That's kind of cute. That's a cute little detail. Thanks, Hoppy. Knowing Pokemon, all of these things are going to walk on two legs. Yeah, that's the debate everyone's saying. They're all gonna be. I mean, the bird technically already is on two legs, so you can't really change that. I mean, I hope it's like still a bird by the end. I like the dog. The dog's the best one. It's like, it's objectively the best one. It's basically a Pumplebird. Blah, 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 blah. It's like a tiny little dog. It's cute. And also I'm partial to fire type, so it's the best one objectively. Like that's not even like me being biased towards fire types. It's just it's a fucking dog and it's really cute. Okay, that's kind of cute. I like the way it giggles. Gekwa. I don't know. Trico is just way cooler. Trico and the frog from Gen 5. No, Gen 6, excuse me. Froakie? Yeah, Froakie they're just cooler. As far as dogs go. Not dogs, like lizard or lizard adjacent. Yeah, they're just better. It's lame, it smells bad. It's okay. We can all have our opinions, good sir. I'm sorry for making fun of your bird. You still love it once it's on 2 legs, Beyond. I mean, if it's on 2 legs, I might be loving it in a different kind of way, if you know what I mean. I mean, what? What is that? What's that cloud look like? Is that a Dratini? And yeah, Mayumi has been like tossing my way the theory that it might be set in the Pacific Islands, like Philippines or Oceanic area. That's not a bad idea. It's a region we haven't been to. I like tropical regions. I still make fun of IGN for the too much water thing with the release of Auras. Auras is good. Auras is fucking good. I like water heavy regions. You don't have to go in the water. You can fly. It's not that hard. That looks really, that's some good looking water. If that's how it looks like in the final game, then hey, they're finally figuring out how to work. But the game was also cute. No, we all know what happened to it. Yeah, I got on 2 legs. But then it became like a Rule 34 icon. So was it that bad? I don't know, man. The Rule 34 was pretty damn good. That was some pretty damn good Delphox hentai. Look, there's a give and take, just saying. I would prefer they stay on all 4s, but like, you know, when you get to bipedal, it opens up new worlds that only the bravest men are willing to venture into. Just saying. Winds and waves, I think was the other one. Waves. I was just like frustrated that like after seeing the trailer, I was just like, my first thought was like everybody's glazing this, and then I went into Twitter and then I went to the comments and I was fucking right. The game isn't even out. It's likely not gonna come out until like Christmas next year, or like summer maybe at the earliest, and I even doubt that, guys. We're the only one who's been like experiencing the past 4 generations, the past 8+ years. Am I the only person who's kind of came of the year? No, good sir, please don't be like this. Don't do it. Don't do this to me. Am I the only person who has been experiencing the past 8 years of Pokemon, 8+ years of Pokemon? Why does this keep happening? They just fall into it. Like, they just have to show you something pretty, and they're like, oh my god, Pokemon's back. I'm like, no. Like, make them prove it first. I don't think the game is gonna be beautiful, yet boring with nothing to do with like Sonic Frontiers. I mean, yeah, I can see it definitely being something like that. But I gotta wait and see, I guess. I hope they lean into like the waves part, the water, and make like underwater horrors, but I doubt it because Nintendo, they babify the game with every new generation. So yeah, we'll see. The same product and get excited for the next product. Sure. Yes. What was his name? Guy. Was it Jake? Was it Jake? Oh fuck! I forgot the name of the guy from Red Letter Media. Jared? James? Whatever, I'll do it. Thank you, corporations. This time will be different. He's changed to black eyes. I had the same conversation with my brother in the car yesterday. I was comparing the Pokemon fandom to like a battered housewife. Like I swear he's changed this time. It's literally what's happening, and it's gonna be the same fucking thing with this one, and then they're gonna get kicked in the between the legs, and they're still gonna be like next time 4 more years, and he'll do it. We'll give him another chance. Like again, I want to be proven wrong. I want Pokemon to be back. Like I think I made it pretty clear that I'm a massive Pokemon fan. I grew up with it. Some of my most fun formative years was based around Pokemon. But I don't think they have it in them anymore. That's the problem. And we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, that's the Pokemon thing. Hey, speaking of like more Pokemon. What was this even about? Oh, I remember. Let me turn on the music before we chat. Play the game, yeah, play the fucking music. Play the fucking music. Have you played new RE? The new Resident Evil? I assume that's what you're talking about. I've heard mixed things about it. Some people are saying like it's the best thing ever. Other people are like the story is the ending's really stupid and gay. I'm more fascinated by the argument of like how everybody is gooning, like, you know, gals and the gay guys are gooning over Leon, and then they get mad at you for liking big boob anime waifus. And like as a bi guy, like why can't I have both? I'm so sorry, I keep hitting the fucking mic. I'm just mad, like why can't I not have both? It's just the double standards of it. Like I said, that's all I really know. I haven't played it. I want to wait and see more solid reviews, but we'll see. But I've heard like mixed things, like nothing like saying it's definitively amazing or definitively terrible. It's kind of like up in the air from what I've been receiving. Remember when Game Freak actually chat respect for his players to figure out things themselves, like the Brazil? Yeah, I recently saw a video about the Braille puzzles for the Reggies, and the video was literally titled "We're never getting this again," and he's right. We're never getting that shit again. The Unknown channels from Generation 2, the Braille, like all these like fascinating puzzles. Even though we live in the internet age, and like Game Freak, no, like we'll solve that puzzle within hours of releasing the game. Like they know we'll figure it out like easily, but they don't want to stump some poor kid who can barely play Smash Bros. You don't want to make that kid cry because he wasn't able to figure it out by himself. God, think of that one stupid kid. Never mind the fact that he also has a smartphone and can just look it up himself too. Oh my god. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. Had respect. Yeah, I got you. Oh my god. Nothing said. Yeah. I seem to be talking about RE too. Like again, like can I not have the sexy Leon and the sexy Jills and the Adas and all that? Why can't I have both? Come on. Ashley Scenes got censored in the RE4 remake. Yeah. As much as I think Ashley actually looks kind of pretty and cute in that game, I actually found out that she's based upon 2 models. Like her face was taken from one model, and her body shape was taken from another model, and the body model, damn, perfect choice. She got them ballistics. And technically realistic ballistics, but still like peak. That being said, they still censored the game. Unfortunate. Is it like an RE remake mod that like adds all the those like cutscenes back in? I'd hope, but I don't know. What was I talking about? We're getting distracted. What time is it? We're running an hour in. Well, like an hour 15. Let's get on with it. What was going on with this one? Next story.
So today we're going to be talking about a situation involving a French
good old Rev
player / league.
Oh, I remember this.
Riot partner named Shark.
I've seen all these. By the way, like beforehand, it's just like I need to like see the first couple of minutes to be reminded. Like, wait, what are we talking about here? But yeah, I'll let Rev like go through it and I'll give my thoughts as we go.
who's getting a lot of negative attention.
But from what I understand,
right
this
and for
French girl, from what I understand, this chick is kind of a massive bitch.
Good reason. This
That's
is
a
someone
technical
who
term.
recently came out and demanded that male players police the behavior of their fellow men when they're being toxic in the related spaces.
Yeah, that's what
now,
like really got my attention to
Charlene
this.
has been
Let me explain a bit.
raving misandrist for many years.
Oh yeah,
and
that too.
She's been caught in so many lies that it's actually quite pathetic.
Okay,
Now,
so I already kind of got it. So let's look through this.
Very angry person. That's just the nature of the business and how that game works. I love money. Doesn't excuse.
Yeah, okay, Exhibit A. There is, but streaming might be risky because Cat can be kind of dumb with modding their games, even though you bought the game and it's your. That is so fucking stupid. Really, they'll get after you if you play a modded version of their game. Really, that is so fucking retarded. Oh my god. I almost bought the RE4 remake day one, but I stopped myself because I was like, wait a minute. Like, I haven't even finished the original one. Like, I still haven't beaten original RE4. And, like, I remember we started on stream, and for some reason, like, I put a pause on it. Like, maybe this Halloween we'll finish it. But the point is, like, I stopped myself because, like, I haven't beaten the original one. I should probably play that first. And, like, trying to be more frugal with money. Thank God. Because, like, oh my god, fuck Capcom. La French has already surrendered the war. I mean, that's her first problem, isn't it? That she's French. Her second problem is that she's a woman. I mean, what? I'm kidding. I mean, this is her actual proper second problem. Actual misandrous.
Tweets like this saying, I hate men, I love money.
Alright, let's just go through the examples. Oh yeah, this all started because, like, League of Legends, a game that's still running for some reason. I hate League. Let me be, like, upfront about that. I really don't like League. My experience with League of Legends is I played one game in high school because a friend of mine insisted I play with her. And then I never wanted to play. After that game, I never wanted to play ever again. Because people in League are mean. And, like, so there is some, like, validity to being like, hey, okay, like, I guess this is actually a really good place to, like, go with this. People in League are really fucking mean. Like, they are overly competitive and incredibly fucking toxic. After one game, I was being bullied by one guy the entire match. I was done. I didn't want to play anymore. I uninstalled right after that. I apologized to my friend. I was like, I can't do this. I'm not built for this. But here's the thing. Even as a high schooler, I had the maturity to be like, hey, I don't like this. I don't like this kind of environment and this kind of, like, mentality that the people in this game have. It's not for me. And I walked away from it. What this bitch makes it her career to play it and then constantly bitches about how she's treated inside the game. If you're gonna... Like, I had the foresight to go into the lion's den, admit I don't like lions, and then walk away. She goes into the lion's den, keeps bitching about the lions, but stays hanging out with the lions. Like, how that doesn't make... How does a high schooler have more personal accountability and foresight than this grown-ass woman? Really? Your Benui is sensitive. My ears are alerted for the first 5. What did I do? What did I say? That need to be censored this time. They have a bundle with all the remakes. Just wait for it to go for sale. I thought it was all 3 of them for just $30. For that price, I can get on with that. I wouldn't mind that. Especially if I could get, like, the 4 remake for like $10 or something like that. Just got back into Overwatch and immediately became an abusive partner to my game. Like, to an extent, like, that's fine. Like, if the game is competitive and people trash talk, and you're okay with that, if you can put up with it, if you're, like, able to, like, handle it. Oh yeah, this bitch. If you can handle it, then by all means, like, have fun. Because, like, I ever since then, I've come to the conclusion, like, there are games that are, like, for me and those are not. Like, since then, I've become a massive trash talker. You guys hear me, like, every time I stream, every time I'm on, like, especially like today, I've been very mean. I'm a very mean person, I'll be honest. But I don't, but that's just like me evolving and being willing to like, so like if I were to try League today, I think I would just find the game boring as opposed to like finding the people mean, because then I would just say fuck you back, you know. The point, but the point is like I would accept it. Like this is how people in this game communicate. This is how like I need to like communicate back, and I need to get on their level or get out of there. These ladies, because there's multiple. This one, okay. I wonder how she stays in business. These ladies come in again, recognize the culture, and then demand it changes for them. And that's the root of the problem, really. Plus, you know, they're fucking misanders. Boring. I hate MOBA gameplay of any game. If I want to play MMO, I just go play MMO. Yeah, fair. Like exactly. Like I would just find like a modern MOBA just boring at this point.
Charlene has voiced this concern before. You might remember the comments you might right here. We talked about this about 2 years ago.
Yeah, I remember this lady. She was again bitching about people being mean to her in some game. I don't think it was League. It was another game. But the point is, like, you go into the lion's den, complain there are lions there, and then you refuse to leave. Instead, you insist that the lions play nice with you.
Where
like, what kind of logic is that?
Streamer said that men are the problem with the gaming community because of their...
The reason that historically, male-dominated spaces are known for being toxic and unsafe. That goes for gaming, that goes for sports, any male-dominated...
Yeah, then toughen up and deal with it, bitch. That's all I can really tell you.
Space.
Or leave, like I did. Again, the fucking stupid, retarded teenager had more accountability to walk away than you.
Is a bad
But of course she's not gonna walk away. She makes money off of it. And also these.
That's not me being sexist.
No, I mean, actually it is, because like you're trying to police male language, and this is just how guys talk to each other. Like I was kind of sheltered as a kid. Like I didn't have like too many like rowdy, rough guy friends until like maybe university. So I didn't really experience that kind of culture. But once I got into it and realized, wait, this is just how guys talk to you, I adapted to it and just accepted it and realized that it actually is part of being a guy.
That is me saying there is an inherent issue with the way that you guys have your locker room talk,
and
that makes everybody else feel unsafe.
Okay, here's the thought. Here's my thought for that. If they're talking like they're in the locker room, doesn't that mean it basically is their locker room? So why are you walking in on it?
I don't know how you could possibly find it fun to make other people feel unsafe. No woman is asking men to make gaming a safe...
That's exactly what you're asking for.
...space with sunshine and rainbows and everything, but could you please be normal? Because I want to be able to enjoy playing the game without my life.
Also, I love how she has the subtitles right beneath her tits. So if you're hard of hearing or anything like that, because like her mic isn't even that good. Why is my mic better than yours, bitch? She does this for a living. I bet she makes money actually off of this, whereas I don't. Okay, so yeah, why is your mic worse than mine? And because of that, people have to look at your tits to read your stupid subtitles.
Being threatened without my body being threatened, because I'm...
Nobody can threaten you physically through a microphone. Fuck off.
Existing as a woman, and men are the ones making it.
So tired of pussy privilege. That's a really good way to put it. You're not wrong. And like it doesn't even have to be like a gender thing. Like we're like towards girls. It could just be you're acting like a pussy. I'm not gonna soft hand you just because you feel uncomfy. If me and my friends are having fun, and us talking like we normally do to each other is upsetting you, then get out of the team chat. There's a mute button. And I'm pretty sure this new League of Legends chat is going to have a mute button. Just turn off this mute the chat. I play a ton of Helldivers. There's so many fucking morons on Helldivers. You know what I do? I put on the mute button. Wow. Fucking atomic brain level thinking on my part.
Unsafe.
Now, back in 2024, people were clowning on this clip because, well, it's...
I think I didn't talk about drama back then, but I guess there we go. We covered 24 drama. Good job.
Totally ridiculous.
Don't like the fandom, then leave. No one's asking me to say. Yeah, exactly. Like, just leave, or like again, like they even have the option again of like fucking mute buttons. Uniform up and away for the love of the game. Yeah, exactly. It's just for fun. Okay, there's other stuff to talk about regarding that, but we're talking about
male-dominated space
these
an
bitches.
Inherently bad one, and that if women want to come into the space, the men there have to cater to the needs and sensitivity.
And that's like a wider issue too. Like there's existing fandoms, and then people come into the fandom and be like, make it for me. You need to be more accepting. This happened with Warhammer. This happened with Overwatch. This happened with Call of Duty. It's happening with League now. I mean, it's been happening with League. League is like a 20... No, it's not 20 years old. It's like a 15-year-old game now. And it's... God, this has been a problem like in every fandom. It's like, it's not even... Again, it's not even a gender thing. It's just... Like you said, Hoppy, that's, again, it's a good word. Pussy privilege. People who can't handle the context of the community come in and then demand the community changes because they like the aesthetic of it. They think Warhammer looks cool, but those icky white boys who actually believe in the Imperium, when they don't, it's just fucking roleplay. Like they're just borderline fascists and yada yada. Like it's just, they're playing a fucking video game and they can't separate fiction from reality, so they have to conform to them. Again, Warhammer is just like the most like immediate example because like it's like the most egregious one. Again, female custodies and all that. Like the media itself changing to accommodate these people, which is just infuriating.
Of women, and also the placements of the subtitles mixed with the shirt. I mean, the jokes.
Yeah, you noticed it too. When I watched this video, I didn't actually watch it. I listened to it on my. I think I've mentioned this before. Most of the content I consume regarding for news, I listened to it. I didn't even know that it was this egregious. I didn't know it was that bad. That's why, like, when I saw it, I was like, oh, like, is she doing this on purpose? I bet she is.
Were literally writing themselves, but you can see Charlene agreed with what she was trying to say there. And with
let's see, it's a mute button that hard to press. This is such a stupid cope. So they put my team and myself in a disadvantage because some men are misogynistic. Okay. So the response to that is like, if they're misogynistic, why are you even communicating with them? Okay, this lady is like a pretty big League player. I assume she plays on like ranked kind of matches. And from what I understand, when you do like, I don't play ranked like any game. But what I understand is like when you do rank, you usually want to do it with like your friends, you know, people you trust, and you can communicate like usually through Discord, preferably not in-game chat. If the game matters so much that you need to have in-game voice, because like her argument is that people who are using voice chat will have an advantage over her, who is sticking to like who is strictly sticking to mouse and keyboard chat. Or text chat, whatever. Why are you even putting your stakes on somebody who is allegedly, we're going back to that word. It's gonna become a freaking word on this channel, I imagine, soon. Who are allegedly misogynist. Why do you want to communicate with that person? Why are you even putting your stake of your ranking on these supposed women haters? That doesn't make sense. Wouldn't normally you just be doing this in ranked with your friends? And if it's so bad that they're like just constantly like yelling slurs or whatever, why are you even in that match in the first place? Why don't you just go work with somebody else? I guess that's my so that, oh my god, we're only like 3 minutes into the video. Go on.
An introduction of the
communication
system on League. She is not happy either. So on the 19th, she said the comments, cancel voice chat already, please, at League of Legends.
Yeah.
And this person said,
You want to get rid of voice chat completely.
Did worry, go back, mute them anyone. It's just all on men to fix this problem.
Okay, now this is the thing that really made me intrigued with this like whole story. This call to action that she released. Again, I need to get back into the groove of this. I mostly use we usually don't watch the videos. We usually just like have Rev or like whoever I'm watching as like to provide the screenshots, and then I give you the commentary over it. So let me get back into this. This is what I was like talking about. Imagine actually listening to the game chat in games and not just blasting Neko on your headphones. That's what you should be doing. You'll play better, promise. That's what I do when I play Helldivers. Anyway, okay, this call to action of hers. Let's just read it verbatim. Seriously, men, please read. It's your responsibility to step up if you see a woman getting victimized of misogyny in game. Please don't be passive when you will see us getting attacked for no reasons. God, her grammar is terrible. We don't want to have to punish ourselves out of the voice chat. Okay. I find this hilarious for two reasons primarily. The first reason is, okay, let's like actually get through like the evidence. This chick is a raging misandrist. She hates men. She said it verbatim here. Let's go through her things. There's this thing, like there's more examples. Let me give you some more. I don't want to like give you just like one example. I know there's like at least 3 or 4. Oh yeah, they had these. What was that? No Nut November. Wait, what? I just saw N. I was like, No Nut November. That's the first thing we can. Trying to find like the actual things. It's been a while since I've seen the video. Okay, oh yeah, she said a comment like this. I think it's good that women still make the sandwich. It's, oh my god, Rev, get your hair out of the way. It gives them a chance to poison someone when you are making the food. I swear I'm getting like it. Anyway, oh my god. Where are all these other ones? Oh, here we go. I guess I'll do voice turn on. She's so narcissistic too. I'm so pretty on the thumbnail though. Loneliness pandemic is well deserved. Yeah, okay, so this tweet, she kind of got lashed onto this one. Let me lower this bottom because I'm kind of getting overtaken by it. She kind of got lashed on this one, and it came out. Excuse me. She made it back in 2022, and her big argument is that people are like seeing this and like making fun of her for appealing to men as she actually hates them, you know, and like says like terrible things about them. And again, she latched onto this particular one, the first one. God damn it, this one. Hey man, and I love money. It's saying like, oh, that was 4 years ago. I've changed this then. Don't judge me anymore. And then that very same day, after saying, where is it? After saying this one, trying to like, you know, cover her base and say like, that was 6 years ago. It's not my, like, I'm not like that anymore. Literally just months, literally just the very same day, she is making fun of men who would like defend her, because like guys will get like their own, because like what this person's talking about, the problem is that many men get punished for helping a strange woman. This is why most of them choose to ignore such. What they're talking about there is regarding like guys, like if like say you open like a door for a girl, like they're trying to get into a building, you open the door, there are actual situations where a girl will take that like as offense and then get after you for it. Like, how dare you do that? Like, I can do it myself. Or something as simple as that. Or if you call it out, like, if you call out, like, in, let's use the voice chat example. If you say, like, hey, leave her alone in the chat, everyone, the guys who are being mean are going to be like, oh, are you trying to white knight or whatever? And the girl will think you're a creep because, like, oh, you're just trying to defend me because you want to fuck me or something like that. Like, there's no winning strategy. Like, again, not every girl. Like, you can be genuinely nice and they'll thank you genuinely. Like, not promises of sex or anything like that, but like they'll be genuinely grateful that you stood up for them or whatever, or opened the door for them or helped them with their luggage or anything like that. But so many times nowadays, if you put yourself out there to do something like that, you'll just get burned for it. And like, there's more to that, but her answer to that is just like, oh, poor you, poor guys, whatever, I don't care. Like, basically, she doesn't care. Like, poor you. Pokemon's another whole iceberg. And then literally just like a few days before, like maybe like a week or two before that tweet, the denouncing the 2022 tweet, she's saying how the man-male loneliness pandemic is well deserved. So it's in the click. What the hell? Clouds, French horror stepping up for American horror. Didn't have that one on my bingo card. I don't know what this was a response to, but to then just like throw again, she just throws all the guys under the bus again. Wonder. The quote tweet is from 2026, which heavily implies you didn't change. Yeah, long story short, she claims to change so that she can like save face and make her her demand or request, I don't know like what to put this under, her request that guys need to stand up for girls, while again appealing to the crowd that she actively hates and makes fun of and takes advantage of. And let's be honest, she does take advantage of. Look, where's the picture of her? Let's get like a good look at her. That's Pokemon, that's someone else. Where is she at? I know there's like a picture of her around here. Personally, well, I guess that's like the best thing we can get. Okay, she's let's be honest, she's like an attractive lady. She's also a cosplayer. She does a lot of like League cosplayers and things like that. And she gets into skimpy outfits and things like that. Actually, I think right here, yeah, in these pictures, she was doing like a skimpy thing. Isn't a one-way street, lady. To her, it definitely is. Like, it's okay if she does it. Again, it's the hypocrisy. There it is. The hypocrisy of it all. And except my tier 3 subs. That's like the perfect way to do it. Say it. Like, fuck all men. Unless you give me money, then you're slightly better. And like this word is being thrown around a ton lately, but she actually is a grifter. She takes advantage of like poor lonely guys who just want to feel like an attractive girl will talk to them. And so she'll put on all her frilly outfits and go on streams and pretend to be one of the guys and like talk to you on the stream. And then you'll give her you give her a tier 3 sub, and then she'll say your name, and suddenly your whole day brightens up, and you're happy, and you've never been this happy before. You're like 19 years old, and like and this is like the best day of your fucking life because high school was hell, and all the girls were mean of you. She's an actual grifter, taking advantage of guys who like are lonely, and then shitting on them behind their back. Well, also then demanding that they also like stand to her defense. Because people might be mean in the voice chat. Even though that's like literally every video game where there's primarily guys playing. And let's be honest, the vast majority of like fast action games like League of Legends, it's gonna just be guys. And they're gonna be rough and rowdy with each other. So guess what? They're gonna be rough and rowdy with you too if you walk in on that. And I find this so particularly fascinating because those paying guys are just as bad as her for encouraging her behavior. you're not wrong to an extent, but at least I feel like some sympathy for the guys, because again, like they're like lonely 19, early 20-year-old guys who, again, like they're being taken advantage of. Like, I don't want to, like, victim feels like a strong word, but like to an extent they are victims. They're the ones being taken advantage of by the grifter that she is. Yes, they're encouraging her behavior, but they don't know better. So I do, yeah, call them out, but I do feel some sympathy for them. Simply because, like, again, like, they probably never talked to a girl in their life, and they're panicking, and now that a girl says something nice to them, even if it's, like, the most bare-bone thing ever, suddenly their whole world existence is just, like, better because of it. Because, again, like, a lot of guys are just, unfortunately, they are lonely and things like that. And the irony, those same guys that she takes advantage of are suffering from this, and she's making fun of them. Actually, she might like it because she gets bank off of it. Because these guys are lonely, because of the male loneliness epidemic, that means more cash for her. They come in and she just has to smile and maybe shake her bust a little bit, and then suddenly that money's rolling in. Wear like a skimpy cosplay now and then. Shoot. Heck, maybe I should get into that. Maybe that's where the money is. I don't know. Call Post breaks the double standard. Women that play League are just as toxic as men, if not more. And like, to be fair, like, good to an extent, like, because like that's just how they are. Like, it's again the lion den analogy. If they're a bunch of lions, I'm not gonna judge them for acting like lions. And if I want to play with them, then I need to step up and be like them, at least to an extent. So but you're right, like, it is a double standard. Like, she's not willing to talk about that. It's only when the guys do it that is scary, and it makes her uncomfy. And like, I get it, when a guy screams and gets angry, it is stronger and it's louder, and like, that's why this is one thing I really hate. I've heard of like teachers, their male teachers are particularly told, do not raise your voice. They don't tell this to like female teachers, or but like male teachers, when like they're receiving certification and things like that, they're specifically told, especially if they're working with like kids, like high school, like middle school or smaller, they're specifically told, do not raise your voice, you're gonna scare the children. And like, I mean, to a degree, yes, because guys are just naturally more verbose, our voices are louder, yada yada yada. But that's with kids. This is a grown-ass woman, and she can't just like realize we're in the game, like, we're all toxic assholes. Just because like this guy might sound scarier than me when I'm a toxic asshole doesn't mean he's still displaying the same energy. You're no different from each other. But again, it's scary for her, so she doesn't like it. And again, okay, so like my big ultimate point regarding all this, I hate that we keep coming back to this bitch and her tits.
And with the writing in a direct
is this line in particular, like, really made me think. It made me do a big tinku. I have been watching a lot of debates recently, like from like about various topics. Well, maybe we'll talk about them someday. But one debater that I watched recently, here we go, is one of the I think he is considered one of the right-wing boogeymen, Andrew Wilson. He was one thing he's kind of famous for is for it's not even like a new concept. He didn't come up with this. He just like is bringing it to the forefront, or at least like I heard about it recently through him. It's this thing called force doctrine. And basically the idea is that to whatever your beliefs are, whether it's laws, whether it's religious beliefs, whether it's decorum, if you want it to become standardized and if you want it to be upheld, you need force. Force of arms or force of violence or potential for violence. to have people to have it be put into place. Now, throughout historically, and like to today, which group has the potential for violence more than anyone? And to an extent, like she is kind of like right on the money here, the Charlene chick. It's guys, it's men. Men are the guys who enforce violence. They're the ones that fight the wars. They're the ones that make up law enforcement. They're the ones that enforce, that overthrow rulers, uphold governments, yada yada, whole shebang. And this is just like kind of like that, but like on a micro scale. This isn't like a governmental body. This is a fucking stupid video game. And she's appealing to men, the violence enforcers, to protect her, while at the same time shitting on her. And that's kind of like how it's been in real life, where feminist groups will appeal to men to give them more rights and things like that. It's the same thing, but like on a microcosm scale. Now, it doesn't matter. No, this is a stupid video game. Like the whole point of this, like, we're talking about dumb, stupid, shitty drama. But I just find it fascinating the parallels to it all. Like it's forced doctrine through and through, but for a stupid video game, and for some dumb whore on the internet who likes to shit on men while also simultaneously taking advantage of them. I don't know. I just find it hilarious and fascinating at the same time. Like how everything's connected. I think I already talked about this. Like it all comes back. Like it all circles around. Life is just a goddamn circle. I don't know. That's basically the gist of it. She's getting dunked on. This is like 6 days ago. This is like one of the first articles I found. It's not article, but videos I heard at the beginning of the week. But yeah, she's basically just like apologizing, quotations, but not really. It's the same with all these kind of people. Like they get caught out, people call them out on their bullshit, and they pretend to say sorry, but they're not really. Like, well, I'm sorry you understood it, you misunderstood me, or like I could have said it better, but actually but I'm still right, you know, that kind of that mentality. You know, she's backtracking, but without actually willing to admit that, like, maybe she's the problem. Never a big man, to be honest. I was looking for that one too. Yeah. By the way, these tweets are like deleted. Oh, maybe this one isn't. I don't know. Well, she tried to delete most of them because, you know, we got rid of the evidence. What else did she say? This was just her being vain. I mean, like, vanity's like fine to an extent, but like people are like judging her and making fun of her, and then she stops just long enough to be like, damn, I'm hot. I don't know, I might do something like that similar. Oh yeah, and there was like that, I kind of wanted to talk about this too. There was like an esport incident where a guy was working with a new team for Marvel Rivals, and he was trying to actually win because there was like a cash prize at stakes there, and he, like, this guy's like a poor college student too. Like, it was like a $3 cash prize, and he needed the money, so he actually wanted to take it seriously. But everyone else was just like la la la, let's just have fun, blah, we just want to make sure like we're having a good time. There was one player who played Widowmaker, and she was terrible at it. Like, I'm not good at like team-based shooters, especially like Marvel Rivals. But even I could tell, like, this chick was like a terrible ass sniper. She couldn't aim for shit. But she refused to get off the damn character. She would not play under any other character. And like this guy, I think his name was Kingsman, was trying. Wait, was it Kingsman? I think it was Kingsman. Yeah, he was just trying to like organize the group so like they can actually win. But they decided to like reinterpret that as like, oh, he's being toxic and mean and misogynistic. Of course, it always comes down to misogyny, doesn't it? But they actually like leaked the videos and their conversations, and it was shown that like this was one of the chicks. This wasn't the Widowmaker lady. It was another chick. But God, I kind of want to go into that, but whatever. It was this dumb Marvel drama. Long story short, the actual problematic, I hate that word, but whatever, the actual problematic people, this lady, she was the team leader, by the way, this Ashley chick, and the other one were their DMs were leaked. It was found out that they were the ones actually being toxic. Everybody turned on them, and then Kingsman got tons of donations in his Twitch chat. Somebody even sent him directly like $3,000, in one donation, just like here's the money you deserve, dude. Plus like a bunch of other donations throughout his stream. So like yeah, he's making bank. He's got a ton more followers. So like good ending, thankfully, in the end for that one. Anyway, that happened last week, I believe, which is probably why I didn't put on the schedule. Oh fuck. Yeah. But yeah, typical toxic broads. Nothing unusual. Anyway, we might skip this one, but let's get on. So a little less drama and more. How do I put this? I guess gaming news. Yeah. So recently there was some. What's the word? There was a new interview, I believe, with Miyazaki regarding a potential Bloodborne remake, because I think the PlayStation State of Play was a month ago or just a few weeks back, and every time there's a State of Play, we're all hoping and coping that there's gonna be a Bloodborne 2 or a Bloodborne remake or a port to the PC or something Bloodborne related, and it never happens. Yeah, it never fucking happens. We're huffing that copium every time. Like I'm there with them, because like if some of you guys are newer, but like Bloodborne is one of my favorite games of all time. It's like top 5 at least. I adore Bloodborne, and I want nothing more than to like at least be able to play it properly on PC. And if not that, like preferably I want a sequel. I want a sequel to Bloodborne. And we're never gonna get it. But every time there's like something with Sony, we're all hoping that it's gonna come. So we always been like wondering like why is Bloodborne not happening? Is like did Sony just lock it away in gay baby jail, or is it gonna come out, or is something happening at FromSoft? Like what's going on? Let's go through this and
what's going on, guys?
Let's kind of get
this has been a very profound week. Something was information coming from one of the most reliable sources in gaming journalism. You would have rumors from sources.
Yeah, so we had like a new
as we get
interview
button, and now that have not been keeping up with this story. All of this Bloodborne speculation recently has been coming in the wake of Blue Point Studios being shut.
Oh yeah, that was another thing that really like got people like talking, because Blue Point was recently closed down. If you don't know who Blue Point is, they're the guys who made the Demon Souls remake. And Demon Souls has its up and downs. Like I like it, but I understand why a lot of people don't like it. But Blue Point still did like in terms of technical work, the Demon Souls remake is really good. And they've done other stuff. They also done like the Shadow of Colossus remake as well, and some other stuff.
Blue Point is of course the company that made the Demon Souls,
but they were permanently shut down recently. PS5. From what I understand, it's because Sony wants to keep up with this live service. They want to keep doing this live service nonsense, even though every live service game they put out just crumples into dust. Concord is like the biggest, most glaring example. How long did Concord last again? 2 weeks before it was shut down.
God damn. That was overall a pretty good and well-received remake of the game on console, while Bloodborne would follow suit and receive the same treatment, because that game was kind of in the same situation.
So yeah, everyone was like hoping for a Bloodborne remake, because like it was it's a not landlocked, console locked game. Demon Souls was on PS3, Bloodborne was on PS4, and it also had its issues with like locked frame rate, weird bugs and glitches. the online mode isn't really. It was an interesting idea, but like it ultimately needs to be reworked, in my opinion. The bell system. There's a whole lot to talk about, but despite that, the game is still fantastic and it has a cult following. Myself included, are still praising it to this day. But what we want it to be not be restricted to the console.
A From Software title that was an exclusive.
Unlock its FPS, all
this
that.
One can
all
be
that
played
stuff.
on modern consoles. It is a bit dated. The performance is rough, even on the PlayStation 5. So naturally,
Dude, like
a remaster of sorts
to
bring it up to
right
par.
now or something.
However, Bluepoint Studios recently got shut down for many reasons. The primary of which is that Sony wanted a switch to live service games. And Bluepoint primarily makes remakes and single player games, and that's no bueno for Bluepoint. For Sony, you gotta do that live service nonsense. You gotta keep trying to find that magical goose. They'll give us infinite golden eggs, even though every time they make a goose, it keels over and dies within a few months, at best. And obviously, that failed. Which brings us to today, because a lot of Bluepoint devs have come out talking, and we now have this story from Jason Schreier, one of the most trusted sources in journalism. And this has kind of turned the story.
That's exactly what Sony's saying.
So let's dive into the article.
Yeah, you need to drop more money.
Software.
Let me read this. Greatest games ever made, but it's a recent release. Yeah, we already know this. Yeah, they pitched the idea of Bloodborne remake. The studio was told that the numbers made sense, but From Software, not Sony, said they didn't want it to happen according to people familiar with the process. That's weird. You'd think it would be Sony that was like the ones like ball and chaining this idea. But no, it was
one of the greatest games ever made. But its original release suffered from frame rate drops, and other Bloodborne did within pitch the idea wanted to have since Bluepoint
fixing a remake that made the most sense. Bluepoint had to whip something else up. Yeah, so they actually wanted to do this like Shadow of the Colossus remake. When did that happen? Remake 2018. As far back as 2018, they wanted to do. Oh yeah, it's right there. Goddamn, I'm stupid. But as far back as 2018, they were already like trying to get a Bloodborne remake off the ground. That's nearly 10 years ago. And keep in mind, Bloodborne came out in 2015. So like that's just a few years afterward, and they already were kind of like, "Hey, let's do this. We would like to get it." Like, I think at least they wanted to put it on the PS5.
We had to whip some.
Here's the game parts. Other PlayStation Studios developing. Yeah, they wanted to do a Ghost of Tsushima back when Ghost of Tsushima was good. Actually, I would have loved a spin-off from Bluepoint in the Ghost universe. That would have been actually kind of cool. But they always get getting no's. I mean, to be fair, this one isn't really From Soft's fault. That's Sony. I mean, maybe that's the fault of who owns Ghost of Tsushima. Sucker Punch said no, but who knows?
Something else. The studio spent some time on developing new projects and other franchises, such as a spin-off of Ghost of Tsushima, but nothing was greenlit, and that's where we'll stop reading for now. Well, gentlemen, it looks like we owe Sony an apology.
Yeah, so it was From Soft, which is, again,
and not what most people expected to be the reason.
Also, this is the
we
DLC
haven't seen
area.
any kind
It's
of
so
Bloodborne
good.
for the last decade. You know, most people assumed that it was.
Last time I played Bloodborne was we were doing like a blood level 4, which is basically lowest possible level playthrough of the game. I got fucking stonewalled. I don't know. It'd be kind of fun to just play a casual playthrough of Bloodborne again on stream. No challenge, no like egregious challenges. Just enjoy it.
Sony holding the IP.
I miss it.
But it seems they genuinely did want to do something with it and give the reins.
I know there's like a fan PC
but it was
port.
Actually from Software.
I don't know how done it is though.
And of course, our question here is, well, why? Why did From Software not want Bluepoint to remake Bloodborne? Well, let's dive into that for a bit. First of all, we have to look at Miyazaki. When asked about a Bloodborne remake,
basically, from what I gather, it's Miyazaki's fault. It's all Miyazaki's fault. Is it me? Is Hideo saying? Hideo. Wait. Oh wait, no. It's there you go. Hidetaki. This beautiful man here. It's all his fault. This beautiful I'm sorry, balding man. It's all this man's fault. Look at his sexy little mischievous little smirk there. He knows what he did.
I think having new hardware is definitely a part of what gives these remakes value.
His actual
Things
words.
you weren't able to achieve on previous generations of hardware, ways you weren't able to render specific expressions. New hardware makes that possible. However, I wouldn't say that's the be-all and end-all. I think purely from a user perspective, modern hardware also allows more players to appreciate all the games, and so it ends up being a simple reason.
More
But
widely
as a fellow
available.
player, I think that accessibility is important. I think that can be the driving force between bringing an old game to a new platform.
Okay,
And then
so
you
it sounds like he agrees with the idea of like potential ports because like it just brings it to more people. Heard about the Yakuza main character VA is under fire for sus things beyond. Is it Yang Ya? Like the English VA? The guy who wasn't very good at voicing Kiryu, right? I think that's who he's voicing.
On to say that he can't really speak on Bloodborne as
Did
a
he do something
specific
sus?
because that's up to Sony. Now, when you read that at face value, it sure sounds like Miyazaki.
And what do you mean by
advocating
sus?
for a Bloodborne
I'm
remake.
hoping it's
He
not
wants the
really,
game
really
to come to
creepy.
new hardware so that more people can enjoy it. And that's to say.
Saneyou.com says, will we ever see Bloodborne again?
Something. But Bloodborne has always been the most.
So this is the former Sony
thing.
CEO.
And the people wonder why we haven't really.
And he's basically saying, yeah, we would love to make a Bloodborne sequel or something.
Update,
Yeah.
Or
A
remake,
remaster. Yeah.
or remaster. Yeah, should be easy, right?
Yeah.
What's going on?
No one's
But
saying
my theory,
It should be easy.
my theory
They made like 4 Last of Us remasters.
is, because I remember, Miyazaki-san really loved Bloodborne.
There's like
You know,
18
And
Skyrim
so
ones.
I think he is interested, but he's so successful and he's so busy.
He's talking about Miyazaki.
So he.
So let me just like get to the point here. Basically, Miyazaki does want to do it, but only he wants to be the only one. He wants it to be him and his team specifically to do it. He doesn't want anyone else to touch his baby. He loves Bloodborne that much, and like to an extent, like I appreciate that. He loves the series. He loves Bloodborne. Like me too, brother. I do. But because of that, he won't let anybody touch it. And the problem is that From Software is a AAA studio now. They are mainstream. Dark Souls and Demon Souls used to be small time. Like we only like it was a relatively niche studio and series. Like not everybody played them. Now everybody and their mother played Elden Ring. They're too successful. Like you said, he's too successful and therefore too busy. And that's why that's essentially why we do not have a Bloodborne anything. Remake, remaster, sequel, nothing. Because he wants to do it himself. And he just doesn't have the time for it. I actually commented, I don't know if anyone saw it on Twitter, that like I was like, the next whatever he's working on right now, it better be better than sex. It better be the second coming. Because if it means that he's stepping away from Bloodborne for the sake of it, it better be fucking good. So we'll see. I'm hoping it will actually be amazing. I don't know what I want. I do want to know what I want. I want Bloodborne 2. But if I can't have that, whatever he's working on better be fucking amazing. That's the best I can give. So yeah, that's basically what we found out recently because of Bluepoint, this comments and also Bluepoint studio recent interviews from their firing and yada yada. It's unfortunate, but that's just how it is. Actually, I want to go over this thing real quick, but yeah. No, the JP one. Supposedly he got caught being sus by stripping a bra off. Holy shit! I did not know about that. That's also very not Kiryu behavior, just saying. Kiryu would never do something like that. I've been hearing recently of like some... Like there was like a mangaka, like a manga artist. got caught doing how do I say this? I hate that I can't say this word. He was being a fucking pedo. He was being a pedo. And there was also like one of the artists for Fire Emblem Heroes. He was also doing creepy shit like that too. There's a lot of like, it's weird. Like you don't usually see this from Japan, but there's been like quite a few recent Japanese creators being very bad, not so good people. I don't know why this is happening all of a sudden. It's weird. But like that's like the third Japanese creator I've heard of like in the past like month or two that's been a fucking creep. And I hope that's the last one because like I love Japanese creators and I don't want to give the freaking creeps, not the creeps, but you know the weirdos and on Twitter like ammunition just to try to label Japan as like all terrible weirdos because like that's what they've been trying to do for like the past like 10 plus years. So don't want to give them any more ammunition than they do. So don't act like the way they think you are. Jeez. Soichi Yamamoto. To be fair, I didn't know his name. I don't know voice actors by their names, to be fair. I just know like, yeah, that's that guy, he voices that guy, and I recognize the actual character. And to be fair, I've also never really played the Yakuza series. I will someday. But that is a big name, unfortunately. So shit. I mean, if it's true, I hope he gets some kind of punishment. I don't know what the punishment for that is. That is sexual harassment. So I don't know what the law is in Japan, but I assume it's some kind of time in jail. Hopefully. Anyway, sure, Pokemon devs got some skeletons in the closets. That guy with the weird haircut, I don't trust him. Just saying. I think he's the president of Game Freak, if I remember correctly. Anyway, the mangaka. Oh, okay, that's the mangaka we were talking about. Okay, yeah. He did something weird with kids and like, and I think there was also like a backlash to the point where like people. Actually, this is kind of good. Several of the artists who were being published with him refused to be published alongside him, and they backed out of the deal, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong about that. I remember there was like some creep, and several of the Japanese creators who were being associated with a guy said like, I refuse to be published with this person. I will retract my stuff from your thing until you like fire or denounce them or whatever, something like that. So that's good. That's good like behavior on other Japanese creators. Good on them. It's the most innocent ones that have the darkest. That is true too. Like it's usually the weirdos who like. This is why like I'm really open about like what I find hot and things like that. Like futa, lolis, furries, like all that stuff. It's because it's usually the people who like go on more crusades and tell you can't like that thing. It hurts real life people, even though that's not true at all. Those are the moral crusaders are the actual ones who tend to have like actual real proper like actual harmful what's the best word? Interest? Yeah, they're the ones you should be worried about. Like people who like are honest to you and tell you like, yeah, I'm into that weird ass shit. Like you know that because like if they have no qualms of telling you about their weird fetishes, then you know that they're not hiding anything. So like I would trust those people way more than like again the more crusader who tells me I can't like hentai or whatever. Like fuck those guys. They're just so fucking stupid. Or can't distinguish a child from a fucking drawing. Though yeah, fuck those guys. Anyway, I wanted to get to this one because I thought this was really funny. I don't know if any of you guys are aware or know about the BAFTA awards, and there was a recent Tourette's guy outburst at the award ceremony. This is like it's some like I don't know, it's like Discount UK. I think it's in the UK. Like it's like Temu Oscars ceremony event or whatever. I mean the Oscars are also kind of a sham show to begin with, but like this is like even more so because like I didn't even know this event even happened until like literally just like the other day. because of this whole debacle. And I'll just like, if you're not aware of what happened, let me just like,
First
show
BAFTA
you.
of the night for a vital part of movie making.
Look at this guy. You can't see his whole face, but like, look at him. He's just like. Face. Every time I hear it, and you don't even hear it because it's censored. Oh my, the heck is that, Fion? Don't worry about it. Like I said, it's literally just like discount Oscars or like Kmart or Oscars or Temu or Oscars, whatever you want to call it. But the point is, there was this outburst. Okay, so let me explain what happened. This guy who yelled this out, he has Tourette's. And if you don't know what Tourette's is, it's like I'm pretty sure it's a mental disorder where you yell random and often profane and explicit things. And it's not, you don't have any control over it. You just yell it. It's not, and sometimes it's associated with like what you're involved with. Like, for example, there was an example where a guy was like meeting, saw a woman walking down the street and he yelled out whore. Or there was another example, I think the same guy who said this line, he met the Queen of England before she passed. And while he was in the audience, he said the Queen is a bitch or something like that. And the point is, like, it's sometimes your brain, because of, like, it's your it's the disorder. It takes advantage of it takes advantage. It doesn't have a mind of its own, obviously, but like subconsciously you take into account where you are and what the situation is, and then it picks the worst possible thing for you to say in that moment. And that's what he did here. But again, it's not his fault. It's very funny, but it's not his fault. He didn't want to say that. You seem pretty chill about it. What? Dude, let's listen to it again. Oh wait, that was the wrong. Ah, no. I don't...
First BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
Yeah, it's Hollywood shit. Oh my god, it is funny, but I also feel bad because the guy didn't want to say this. Like I'm of the opinion that we need to stop. We need to like get rid of the power of this word. It needs to stop being given so much power. Like it's just a word, and we need to like get rid of its ability to affect people so strongly. Because like people lose their entire livelihoods just for saying this word out of turn, and it's so frustrating that can happen. Because these people that sounds bad. Because people will hear it and then just assume the worst things about you and yada yada, even if it's like said in jest or to make fun of somebody, and not actually just to try to be mean. Like it needs to just be treated like what it is, and it's a word. Just stop giving it so much power. But unfortunately, we're not at that point of a society to move past it. So there was a big fucking debate regarding this, and it became kind of a pressing Olympics kind of thing. Like, who should we side with? The black people who took offense, or the guy with a legitimate mental disability, who can't control himself and set it out of turn. And so it started this whole goddamn debate, and I want to get into this talking points with the critical drinker, because he had like a whole panel of like guys talking about it, and Vera's there too. I actually was kind of surprised when I listened to these primarily rather than watch them. And I was actually surprised when I heard Vera's voice. Like, oh, they put her on the show. That's actually kind of cool. Now put me on next. Yeah, don't pay attention to the stuff from here anymore. They put too many politics in there. Yeah, and to an extent, like, that's kind of what, like, that's the irony of this, too. The reason this guy was there, the guy with Tourette's, the reason he was there is because he was, promoting a movie about living with Tourette's and how it causes like so much strain on your life, and people like judge you for it, and like it throws your life and just like how you're perceived out of order. And then these people who were there supposedly to honor him and nod along with him and tell him like, you're so true, you're so brave for talking about your story, and then they proved him right by proceeding to judge and mock him for his disability. It's the terrible irony of it. Anyway, let's look at this.
This week, my friends, at the back.
When you're a person with Tourette's, you're trying your hardest not to say something. You then end up saying it not on purpose. Yeah, exactly. Like he didn't want to say this. Like, and that's why like I legitimately feel bad for him, not only because like of how he's treated because of it afterwards, but because I believe he genuinely feels guilty about it. He apologized and everything. So, but these idiots, they just kept coming for him and like, oh god, they're words that I cannot say. Unlike that guy who said a very funny word.
Because
can we watch it one more time? Sure, just for you, TOA.
First BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
I shouldn't laugh, but it's so funny. Bait. God damn it. Okay, let's
Michael B. Jordan.
Let's go. Let's have the experts talk about it, and then I'll give my input.
They were obviously there as part of the Sinners crew, which was up for every award ever. But
oh yeah, Sinners, because oh yeah, those guys are from Sinners. I think I already said this. Sinners was a fine movie, but everyone's pretending like it was the second coming of Christ, and it wasn't. It was a good movie, but it wasn't like cream my pants good. It was fine.
They were interrupted at one point by someone screaming
Nutella.
A word that we
Nutella. Should I say that every time I want? If in case I want to say the word, I just say Nutella.
Can't say here on YouTube, but anyway, you get the picture. Yeah, sure. And the man in question was John David.
He should have brought a black guy, so that he could have said it, and then they can be like, yeah, that word.
Who's a campaigner for Tourette's? You guys know the story. He suffered from this condition for most of his life, and it causes him, funnily enough, to blurt out.
I wish I had Roy in here.
He wouldn't want to say normally.
Roy, say the word.
That's how Tourette's works in a lot of cases. And it caused a firestorm online. I think it's
this might be the last thing we get to tonight, because again, I didn't want to go more than like 3 hours.
Empathy
we'll see.
That people who claim to be the side of tolerance and understanding.
Yeah, it's the great irony. Like, these guys are supposedly like, again, they were there to honor. This is right up their alley. A movie about a disability and a guy living with disability. Like, I'm not gonna say that's a bad thing or a bad movie or like a bad statement or whatever he was trying to do with the movie. But for these sort of people who were like in the audience and who are like now attacking this guy, this is right up their alley. The virtue signaling retards who their whole identity is based on like, how can I prove that I'm holier than thou? What is the next big social push I can like get behind to show that I am a good and decent person? Like, this is right up, like, this is exactly the kind of thing that they would love to talk about and upheld, so that they can make themselves look good by association. And then, of course, the sad irony when they're actually facing the reality of what this guy goes through, now it's a problem.
And in a lot of cases, they were found very lacking, because rather than just acknowledging, hey, this is a guy who suffers from a condition that causes them to say very unfortunate things at very unfortunate moments, they just got real butthurt about what he
that's
said,
one way to put it,
and used it as a great opportunity to virtue signal about how good people they are and how.
Yeah, so they were virtue signaling about the guy, and now they're virtue signaling about how the guy is bad, actually. They treat Sinners the same way they treated every Jordan Peele movie. The movie was mid, but they acted like they were masterpieces. The movies talked about racism. Basically, they did the same thing with the Black Panther movies. Like, I watched the first Black Panther. It was fine. Like, there were fun moments. I liked it. But you know what? I like Iron Man 1 better.
They stand up for minorities, but not disabled minorities.
But because it's a cultural moment, because it's diverse, it's better. I don't know why it's better, but it's better.
Because when I heard the vague sort of broad summary of the issue, because I hadn't seen any context.
I need a drink.
I had the
I wish I was drinking with them.
Of like, oh, so this is an oppression Olympic situation where they have to pick a side because and we get to see the ladder.
Yeah, that's what I said. It was like kind of like a wrestling
Olympics. Examples of like where everything slots in, like.
But it was a bit more complex than that because it wasn't just oppression Olympics where you have to like pick a side and just like which issue do we have to talk about more, because you see that's what it is. Like there are two main issues that these people care about, and they have to pick one, like which one do we talk about more and which one do we like promote more or whatever. No, it was literally one issue attacking the other.
Ableism, transphobia, all the ones like where do they slot, how much sympathy do they get? But this is when
like who's higher up on the totem pole? Black people who are offended by the N-word, or somebody who's suffering from a disability. And it seems we know the stakes now.
When two sides contain one each, you have to pick one. But then I found out all the context, and I was like, oh, there's just an objectively correct side. There's not even a conversation to be had. It's over immediately.
The dude literally has no.
One side is saying segregation
has
is
no
now
way of like
cool and
controlling
we should
himself.
Not allow certain people at these events, or they should be in like small little rooms by themselves.
Skyrim blanket.
Yeah, there's
she has like the coolest stuff in her room.
Side. Yeah.
Apologize for your disability that you had no hand in having.
Oh, the memes around this were super.
Yeah, they were yelling at the guy that like you gotta like he apologized, but it wasn't good enough.
Favorite one was like, because some people were saying like, oh, if I had Tourette's, I would be talking about like, free Palestine, save the whales and stuff.
BLM,
he has like
rights.
Someone just put a picture of like a guy in a wheelchair smiling, and the caption just read like, if I was paralyzed, I would just stand up.
I can just choose
how
my disability affects me.
Because there's different levels.
Why didn't I just think of that?
Many different ways, and some people can control it for a while. He likened it to like shaking up a Coke bottle every time you try to hold it in. He has the one that's coloporia or whatever it is that specifically makes him blurt out offensive phrases, and his is so bad. He said he thinks so quickly that he has just zero control over it. He couldn't hold it in even if he was trying to.
Yeah, and worst of all, he's white.
On him. Right, like, do you really think that he wanted to do this? Like,
yeah, like, obviously he didn't want to, because, like, again, like, this was, like, an Oscars-style event. Who gets invited to these kind of events? Think about it. It's always the people on that side of the aisle. The lefties. Like, he probably is in bed with them with most political issues. He probably agrees with them with, like, practically everything. So I 100% believe him when he says, I didn't want to say that. He didn't want to say that thing. It's just, but he has this, but of course he just has this unfortunate condition, and so like so he couldn't control himself. Like I don't understand this mentality. Like, oh, he really just wanted to say it. It's just an excuse.
Wanted to stand up in the middle of a room, like it's ridiculous.
I've seen a weirdly high.
Also, even if you weren't like on their side politically, I don't think anyone would go to like a public event with people they don't know and want to yell that out randomly.
A lot of people say that if he said it, even if it came out in that sort of fashion, it means he was thinking it.
Yeah.
That in his heart of hearts, that's what he really feels. He just really needed to get that out. It shows some sort of a sting.
He really just wanted to say it.
It is finally just able to break free, but it's in there, and so he's just as guilty.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
it could
so
literally be
stupid.
the opposite, where it's like, oh, there's like black guys on stage, like, good God, don't say this word, and then suddenly
that's what it is.
Flies out.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying. Like I was talking about, like his particular condition. It basically his brain subconsciously picks the worst possible thing to say in that moment. There's two black guys on stage. What's the worst thing you could say at that time? His adult brain picked it. He said it.
convince himself to not say certain words and like, oh, this is because it's anxiety just showing itself ultimately, and that's the unfortunate part
I'm not
going to
sit here and like pretend to know how it manifests in your mind or how what the mechanism is behind it or whatever, but like the
so also like correlate. I'm not an expert eater. That's just how I understand it.
Those ticks.
It's like a scumbag brain type thing where he can't help it, but his condition literally makes him say the most and specific to like in the movie it shows that a girl walks by and he says slut and he gets his ass kicked.
Yeah, that's the example I gave.
He didn't want to say it, but that condition makes him say it, and before he realizes it, it's come out, and then there's no apologizing.
This is the perfect example.
This one too.
The Queen at his award at Buckingham Palace.
That.
Yeah, even she was understanding and tolerant.
I'm glad the Queen was at least mature enough to be like, yeah, like I understand. But these guys, again, they were presenting. I don't know if they were presenting the award, but they knew that guy was there, and they knew that what the movie was about, and they couldn't be understanding because like after the fact, I think at least one of those guys on stage went on Twitter and ranted about how like he needs to apologize more thoroughly and he's a scumbag and yada yada, like fuck him, yeah, the whole nine yards.
But the grifters, baiters, and perpetually offended, oh no. And I think there's no better example of grifters and perpetually offended people than Grace Randolph, who for some reason, man, she threw herself into this like headlong.
Grace is
and somehow, despite
spectacular
being
specimen,
despite being like proved
of a movie
time
reviewer
again that she was an absolute moron, just kept going with it.
There is no Easter Bunny. There is no Tooth Fairy. There is no Queen of
there, Badger. Like
not anymore.
That idea that like, even though he doesn't control
it was
in his head, and that just by association.
Remember the TikTok girl that fake Tourette's? Is that a thing? I never heard of that before.
Or
if you can find that, send that. Put that like in the memes chat, Hoppy. I want to see that. That sounds hilarious.
I don't know, putting a muzzle on himself, or just having leave the venue altogether.
Yeah, like everyone says like he should have like contained himself, but they can't give like a proper method that he could do besides like I don't know, but again like what do you want him to muzzle himself? But like they're not willing to like give like an actual solution except like I wouldn't have done it. Like how? And like well I don't know, but I wouldn't have done it.
Or sit in a separate area or whatever. All of those things she tried to come out with and just got absolutely destroyed by people, but just wouldn't quit. It was wild to watch.
Yeah,
I think her desperation move was just.
By the way, if you don't know who Grace is, she's kind of like the antithesis to these people, or like I guess specifically Critical Drinker. Basically, she is a terrible movie reviewer. She glazes everything up. She gets access, early access. She gets invited to all the events, and she's painted as like. Just like you. She's one of the little guys. She is a fan through and through, and she just wants to enjoy good media and yada yada. She's very infamous for her glazing of like the Star Wars new trilogy in particular. And really anything Star Wars actually, post Disney. Because she basically I think it was only for like very, very, very bad examples. Like I think maybe Ahsoka, but got pushed it to the edge where she had to like admit like, yo, this is pretty bad. Like she said through gritted teeth. But practically everything else, she's just like, oh, I'm having such a good time. Like I love a mystery. We never had that in Star Wars. This is her talking about the Acolyte, by the way. Ignore all of episode 2. Anyway, but yeah, she's not a very good reviewer, and part of the reason for that, like I think I've said this before, like if you're the kind of person who gets access, your opinion on something is immediately put into question, because even if you weren't paid, which I suspect she was paid, but even if you weren't paid, the problem is you got early access, you got special privileges, and you're likely to want that again. So even if you say the whole all my opinions are my own, they're not going to see this video beforehand, all that usual nonsense, I still have to suspect you at least a little bit because you have access. you have special privileges that I, as a consumer, do not. And I never will, because I don't have like an audience and yada yada. I don't have like I mean, I have an audience. You guys are here, but what I mean, like I don't have a big audience, so I can't get big numbers and shit like that. So that's why I'm always gonna be like critical of this kind of people. And Grace is just like an egregious example of like very clearly she got privileges plus she was likely paid, yada yada yada.
Actually, it's Nerdrotic who's the problem here, and don't give him ammunition. It's like, well, you're the retard that's like playing into this, you know?
Yeah, well, she wants to stay on the good side of the collective. She doesn't want to be the one that's getting canceled next, and so she's saying what she believes is like the right side of the argument for the side that pays her bills and gives her
Yeah, that's
access.
also true. She's also
and clearly that did not work out well for her.
I mean, this was the easiest to farm story ever for a lot of people like her.
This guy is not holding back
at the BAFTAs. He's like, "Oh, that's pure racism."
How does that work, by the way? Does anyone know? Like, prominent like chatters. Is there like a thing that has it so that it pops up so that everyone can see it?
Easy to condemn, and
I'm not sure how that
happens.
happens.
Going to be a commentary on the industry
get around doing that.
And then just go, whoa.
The Pokemon grind. Enjoy your grind, Happy.
Like, well,
which Pokemon,
I've
by the
never
way?
heard of whatever this is, but that does not count.
The half-finished AI bot.
And then people explain how it does, and she's like, well...
I don't want to be too mean to her, but...
Tourette's works.
Oh, yeah.
Still, and it's like, excuse me? Like, you can't do that with this situation.
I've got it here, actually. Yeah, it's like, no matter how Tourette's works, that the BAFTAs subjected Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo to that is outrageous and shameful.
How dare you say a word to them?
Because
again, it's the fact that that word has so much power, and it can like ruin your entire day just hearing it. It's just so fucking stupid.
The BAFTAs sanction what that guy was going to unexpectedly blurt out? Like, clearly not, you know. And yeah, like this is... this mindset of like, oh, I don't care how it works or like what the function of it is or anything like that. I just know that I'm angry on behalf of other people. So,
if you're gonna blame that basically is it, right? I mean, it's virtual signaling to its core, right?
I guess
angry on behalf of other people.
To cut that segment out, but like they even told the audience before it even aired what was going on. Like everyone knew, and yet still.
I think the BBC probably, and I will say this at least.
Oh yeah, it is hosted by the BBC. I forgot about that.
They probably could have just bleeped the word out, just for the sake of people watching it or whatever, because they didn't necessarily. I'm sure
I can't find an uncensored version of it, so I think they did successfully get rid of most of the copies.
Voluntary thing that he.
I want to find an uncensored version so bad.
Out of embarrassment.
Yes,
he's apologized when he doesn't. Man, seeing that movie. And then seeing this happen.
If you guys find an uncensored version of that video clip,
whiplash.
Send it to me.
His whole life has literally been like
this.
Maybe don't post it, but if you find it,
blurting this shit out.
Send it to me. I don't know if it was hosted live. I think it was at least a few minutes ahead, so they could have like on air adjusted it, but I'm not sure. I think it was like partially live, if that makes sense.
Stress all of this, and you'd be like, oh well, they've seen it if it's the BAFTAs, right? You're like, nope. no. Remember, we learned about the Oscars. It's like they don't even need to see the movies before deciding who wins. It's just like, that's great, guys. Excellent fucking job. You brought them in to be like, hey, look how awesome we are. And you know, it's a mental disorder and it's all
yeah, that's what it said. Like,
it's great. We have a beer. And you're like, what is Tourette's?
They came in to purchase single signal about him just to like turn on him.
Tourette's? I don't know what you're talking about. You know, it's like
we know everything we need to know.
There's a quote from here. Sorry, there's a quote from Grace here that I genuinely.
Okay, let's hear what she had to say.
What she's trying to get at, but I'll read it out to you. Maybe maybe you
first
can...
was the snap and now this. No, Oscars is safe.
You can do better than I did.
We can work on it. We can decide.
Okay.
At least it keeps it interesting. Because like I hate these award shows. They're all just a bunch of narcissists like patting themselves on the back. The only person who had any sense was what was his name? What was the guy? Ricky Grievous monologue. This guy. This is like the only guy who had any. It was for the Golden Globes.
Hello.
This was the only guy who had any sense. Like actually called out their narcissism and told them to keep politics out of the fucking award scenario. Just just be thankful and then fuck off. And they didn't listen to him, and they never will, because that would be it would be a hit to their ego, and that they just can't have that.
Back to Mr. Davidson. Considering he knew this was a horrible word, he shouted out uncontrollably.
But like I said,
he should have done
it's usually just a bunch of narcissists just patting themselves on the asses and telling and trying to convince themselves how good they are. Like, oh, we are against this particular political thing that's happening right now. We're all so good. Yeah, fuck that guy. We all know the guy they're talking about. I'm not gonna say his name right now. We already did the political part early this stream, but you know who I'm talking about. You know who they're talking about. But yeah, it's just yeah, they're just a bunch of fucking narcissists. So like, at least something like this makes it interesting.
This from happening.
Because otherwise it's the same damn thing every time.
Just not be there, I guess.
Not exist, yeah.
You should have
the awards though, followed by people with who actually have brain cells to rub together, countering their points that they made on stage.
Himself.
So she carries on, and it's telling he voluntarily left the event after this, as he, on his own accord, could tell what he'd done was horrible, which I think is to his credit. And like, he didn't have to leave, but like he was.
Yeah, he shouldn't have had to leave, but like he understood that he was legitimately embarrassed by what happened, so he stepped away
to avoid further, uncomfortable moments with people, and ruined his own night as a result. Of course, Mr. Davidson deserves to attend a ceremony where a film about it is being celebrated, but as he preaches understanding and responsibility, I wish he had demonstrated those same things himself last night.
Oh, the fucking this whole fiasco, it's just irony. We need understanding and kindness, but I'm not willing to give it.
So essentially
that's what
he deserved to be there. He totally should have been there, but I also didn't want him to be there and causing a fuss. Like, well, which is it? You can't have both.
She keeps going up to the line where it's just like, Grace, say it. Say what you want him to do. Say what you want all people of his disorder to do. Say where they need to go.
Just tell us the secret, please. It's your
just say it, Grace. Just admit you want them to be put in the back of the room. This is so familiar. Or you want them to wear a muzzle or something so that they don't offend you.
Moral imperative to tell us the secret of how these Tourette's, sufferers can just fix everything.
Can you guys say for even 1 second though that she actually gives a shit about any of this?
This has all been recovery.
No, it's just performative. It's just for her. It's so she feels good. Again, it's interesting. It's so she feels good about herself.
So I can force people to like apologize
and make other people think that she's so great.
That's all it is.
She shot from the hip because it seems like the easiest thing ever of just like racism bad, and then she's just perpetually trying to recover a position by backing up slightly. Every single tweet, it's like, okay, I've listened, and I'm still correct, but obviously I could have worded it better, that sort of thing.
So stupid.
Instead of admitting like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
This is like the perfect example of the quote-unquote tolerant left proving that they're not tolerant, because the left will always use disabilities when it benefits them, but then they'll call them bad when it doesn't benefit them, or they will shit on them when it will up their social clout and what they view as like their state of relevancy, because they only really feel compassion for themselves and they don't care about anybody else.
Or if he had been black. If he had been black and he said that word, then they would have just been like, my man, what's up? You know what it is.
They would have just ignored it.
And they would have moved right on.
Yeah.
Right.
They would have been okay. The guys on stage would have been cheering it.
The way I've heard it summarized is they've spent so long making up mental illnesses they've forgot that
it's a
real
word that
ones
I wish either never existed or we just all collectively agreed to not take it so damn seriously.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's
slaying
so
dragons.
true.
But that's never gonna happen. At least not in my
an
lifetime.
Opportunity to be a victim or to preach, and this was both. They got to act like victims and preach.
It's
a knee-jerk reaction to it's a knee-jerk reaction to virtue aesthetics. Oh, he said the bad word. We have to instantly condemn regardless of context. It's never okay.
I do because I tried to.
Again, it makes me question like where on the totem pole
about this. It's almost like
or disabled people.
To that camp, they are very
apparently below black
prescribed
people. Just saying.
Opinions that they
apparently
should
that's
have
where it
about
is.
every issue. So like they don't have to think for themselves. They can just be told like, well, you should be angry about this. You should defend this. You should champion that or whatever. And this is like one of those curious situations where it's like, oh, they're in conflict.
And by the way,
each
that's
other
not
now.
me
You're priming
putting
directives.
it on the totem pole. That is their choice. Like the people who think like this, the grace people, the graces, the virtual signaling types, the left, whatever you want to call them. That's where they're putting these demographics on. Where do we put our understanding, and who gets to win out regarding in this sort of conflict?
You know, you've been told that you should be empathetic towards people with disabilities, but you've also been told that, like, well, you have to like condemn any form of racism or anything you perceive as racism or whatever. Now they're in conflict with each other, and you're going to have to use critical thinking abilities to piece together an actual response.
That's a
to
big
it.
fucking
and their
no.
brains just fucking go haywire because they've never had to think for themselves in their entire adult lives, and suddenly it's like, oh shit, I'm having to actually piece together
Oh
a
no!
real world scenario.
How could you
where there's
dare
not just
ask them
clear
such a thing?
directive for me, and they lose their minds over it. It's
Right,
hilarious to watch.
They don't have to parrot the playbook anymore, and they actually have to critically think, and they don't know how to do
Well,
that.
and combo all of that with major ignorance. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I've seen conversations will be like, "You're telling me there's an illness where it just makes you shout slurs." You know, you're just sitting there like saying.
Also, I love how. Oh, he's gonna make a really good line up ahead. Like,
and they're like,
It's like,
"Oh,
yeah,
okay,
where have you been
that
for the
sounds
past
pretty
30
fucking
years?"
convenient." Like I saw a post that was like, "Oh, so all these white people diseases just happen to make you racist." What the fuck?
No,
is
that's not
going
the line.
on? How do people not know about this? I've known about it since I was a kid. It's like, how is it not common enough? Do you guys not even watch South Park? Like, come on. They do
Yeah, or
episodes
what
on this
about
shit.
Bob? But even then, it's just its most base. Like they swear. It doesn't get into the minutia of like the actual, especially his version.
There's a coming up thing that they mentioned.
Well, then you got like
that-
high-profile celebrities saying that he was racist, like Jamie Foxx. I was so like, fucking hell, man.
Pure ignorance.
It's
How is it
insane.
okay for people in Django Unchained to say the N-word constantly over and over as part of an act?
Oh,
But-
God.
But it
Quite
isn't. But it's not okay
Grace.
for someone who says it and like literally can't choose not to.
Grace praised that movie as well as being like spectacular. Like she was fine with that.
Well, then,
Yeah, but they
Got a
did-
bot.
Yeah, but
Don't
they
worry, I
did
killed
that
it.
on purpose for money, so it's okay that they said it.
All right, got the bot.
I mean, is like in America, is it just not as well known?
It
Like,
must not be. I don't
The
know.
word?
Well, we've got Americans
Tourette's?
here. Like, you guys
Oh,
can tell
sorry.
us.
I
Yeah, like,
assume
They're all
it was.
performers. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I
it's just
mean,
it's all
I
performers.
guess I'm
always known what
discovering that.
Tourette's
Oh,
is.
Drinker, did you see the post that was like, how does a guy growing up in Scotland even hear that word? Unless, of course, he's pursuing it because he's racist. And you're just like,
there's
I'm
not
sorry,
like a
what?
gigantic fucking wall around Scotland, right? Like we are aware of the outside world.
There was a reply that was like, as a Scotsman, I can contend that we do indeed live in caves and hunt haggis on the daily. Like,
Yeah.
We don't know what media is. We don't know what the world is.
Haggis
Oh,
on the
it's so
weekend.
I don't think it's genuinely well known. I mean, spoiler, I actually have Tourette's. It's just pretty under control. And it was way bad when I was young and no one knew what the hell it was. What About Bob was the first time I'd even
I mean,
seen
good
it
on him for
referenced,
like
and then everyone just thought it
for
was
surmounting it.
swearing. So I don't think it's
So
very
this is
commonly
personal
talked
for
about.
him.
That's why movies like this would probably be really important. And instead, we're just calling him racist.
I will say
Again, the great irony. Like we're trying to like bring attention and understanding to this condition, illness, whatever you want to call it, that this guy has, and then the irony of the people who were here to uplift him and talk about it and bring it forward for us all to like to bring understanding upon him, then just turn on him
watch the movie. It is a very, very good film.
because they don't
I
want to
swear,
understand it. They just
an
want to call him
excellent
racist.
movie with great performances. The lead actor who won Best Actor award at the BAFTAs. Sorry, I blanked on his name slightly. It was very much well deserved.
Robert
I think he did-
Aramayo.
I have no
That's
idea
the
who these
one,
people
yeah.
are.
Don't think about him in Rings of
Good
Power.
for him.
Just think about him in this.
Or Game
He's
of Thrones,
excellent.
where he plays
At
young
least
Ned.
he won some good awards for actually being good at his job, and wow, he didn't win anything for the $1 billion bust.
Yeah. Like everyone calls him Dookie Elrond.
Okay, at least somebody deserved
I will say
an
as well, I'll
award, won
finish
an
up with
award
this,
there.
This absolute gem from Grace, talking about like how I Swear is going to open in America, but she does not want it to open about at the same time as the Michael Jackson movie that's coming out for reasons that she will explain.
Extremely.
Yeah, this is Grace, by the way. Again, a spectacular specimen. I don't know what else to describe her.
Concerned, okay?
This is the face of someone who's extremely concerned.
Spaghetti consumed. Was it good?
That I swear has been.
We're just watching this fascinating individual
to open opposite the Michael Jackson movie. I hope that Sony Pictures Classics, who is releasing this movie, considers moving the film.
Why? Are you worried he yelled the N-word in that movie? Just like he did on stage? Look at her. She's not happy. She has demands, and she demands they be fulfilled.
Her screen looks like a Ubisoft UI. It drives me insane.
Looks like Mara.
Yeah, she always has like these really harsh borders and all that, like harsh lines or everything. All her videos are like this. She just looks in the camera like this. She's like the centerpiece of everything. And she just has everything around her head. This is how all her videos are. It's just so I don't know if it makes me uncomfortable, but it's not nice to look at. I don't know how to put it. Call an NPC movie reviewer because people never have any opinions of their own. I mean, at least she kind of has opinions. She's not like that Shelby Oaks guy. I think I mentioned him once. The guy who literally, after his movie came out, and because he didn't want anybody to make fun of his movie, he said, moving forward, I'm never going to critique movies. I'm going to talk about movies, but I refuse to critique them. At least she will occasionally say, I don't like this, which I guess she is doing right now. She is saying, I don't like this for stupid reasons, but at least she has an opinion.
Fine, yeah.
It's like in Ready Player One, where they tell you how much they can
at least
sell
she is being kind of a critic.
People, like how much ad space.
Yeah.
No, a critic for like, you know, the lowest common denominator, but you know, she's a critic.
Out, yeah.
Does she literally create like an agenda for her live streams?
Critic in let me correct that. Critic in defense of the closed common denominator.
Things.
I think so.
Wait, isn't that what you do?
No, I mean, I think Drake is saying, like, does she place all of these, like, knowing this is all going to happen? It's just like, yeah, I think she puts them all into, like, OBS or whatever, and then just clicks the button every time, she's talking about them.
Like, does she have to remind herself what she was talking about while she's talking about it?
It's so disorganized. Like, I am terrible. Like, I have this whole fucking mess up, but at least I have it to the side so you guys can, like, if I had to be on the screen, I mean, it kind of have to be, you know, VTuber. Like, the VTuber is part of the show, but like, at least I have it like relatively organized. Supposedly MJ wasn't a kitty toucher because in the files, wait, MJ, who's MJ? He was guiding. Oh, Michael Jackson. When I saw MJ, I thought like Mary Jane Watson from Spider-Man was guiding the kids away from Greece. Yeah, I heard about that. Which is actually really, really wholesome, and I like that because like from what I like, look, I grew up in the 2010s, 2000s, things like that. So I knew all the. I guess we didn't call them memes back then, but you know what I mean. Like I knew about like the rumors of Michael Jackson. Vaguely, like, you know, filtered down to me as a kid, and like some of like the more rowdy kids knew about him and all that, yada yada yada. So I knew about him, and he died before I even left high school, I believe. But so there was always that like thought, but like from like over time, like as I grew up and I looked back, like I kind of came to the conclusion, like I think he was just like disturbed because like, you know, he had like a really bad childhood. He didn't really have one, to be honest. That's kind of like why he wanted to become Peter Pan, like he said. You know, like relive his childhood like the way he wanted it to have been. You know, be a young boy forever. Again, I think he was just like disturbed, but I don't think he was a bad guy. And I do like that the files are coming out and kind of saying we're starting to see evidence that like he was actively trying to protect kids, which is just, again, that is nice. At least they're not all bad in Hollywood. I mean, does he count as Hollywood? Kinda? I don't know. But no, at least nice at least. Good. There has to be at least some eye candy on screen because this ain't it. I mean, but like, God. South Park didn't help Michael Jackson a lot. That is true. I mean, South Park gets a lot of shit wrong, but whatever. They don't claim to be like a news source. They claim to be comedy, but comedy kind of like is a form of news in a way. Like the saying goes, if you want to tell the truth, tell it as a joke. Otherwise, people are gonna get angry with you. But some people did take it as truth. Unfortunately, I mean, I was too young for South Park. But the point is, like, yeah, I get what you're saying. Parents to sing at porn closes. Ew, I didn't know about that. I know he was forced to like do performances like even when he didn't want to, but I didn't know it was that bad.
It's always been funny.
Like I said, he was disturbed, but he wasn't a bad guy from what I'm understanding. So that's good.
Because she just smothers her screen in the images of the
like
things.
And this is good.
The
too,
emoji
so,
stuff
like,
is really funny.
Random
glad that
posters and stuff.
If she talks about like a character dying in a movie,
it's coming
she
out that
puts
he was actually
crying
really
emoji up.
wholesome. Pretty wholesome.
It's just like, okay, good stuff.
Anyway,
man.
let's hear more pearls of wisdom from her, shall we?
I would hope. I think that I Swear wants to come from a place of positivity. And I think that it is getting very quickly co-opted by people who are not in that headspace.
Like you?
I don't even know. I'm sure what she means. Co-opted by people that are
So
not in that
racists are
headspace?
co-opting Tourette's.
Oh. Are we? I say, as the resident racist, are we co-opting Tourette's?
Oh, because it's an
oh my
out.
god, it's the unholy union we've always feared.
They could yell.
I mean, we were talking about South Park earlier. Like, didn't that one episode where Cartman pretended to have Tourette's just so he could say swears as often as he wanted, whenever he wanted? I mean, that is like the ultimate nightmare for people like Grace, isn't it? Like, people claim taking advantage of disease or whatever so they can do it. They can do whatever they want under the guise of it being a condition. Personally, I don't think kids should have anything to do with show business. The past has shown that what happens to kids is show business. Yeah, that is true. That is fair. I think there's a healthy way to do it. But I think most directors and studios they fail at it. Like, I mean, one good example of kids that grew up to turn out pretty well. The kids who were in the Narnia movies, those guys turned out to be pretty well. Like, I remember recently, like I think like a year or two ago, they actually all met up again, with the director, and like they legitimately liked the guy. And like these kids, they're like in like their late 20s and 30s now, and they have nothing but fond memories about working on those films. So like, I think there is a good way to do it. But yeah, you're right. Most don't do it very well, and it can really fuck up a kid. If you push them too hard, or you're making them do things that like they shouldn't be doing. I don't want to say like there shouldn't be child actors, period, because like for some roles you kind of do need a kid. But at the same time, it's just like there's a right and wrong way to do things. The tourist people are actually all child slow. That's where their mindset's going, isn't it? Huh?
What if you're racist?
This
well,
is
I guess
literally
if you're racist and you have Tourette's, then you just lucked out.
That is true, yeah.
Racists are generally pretty proud. They don't need excuses to say those things. They say it of their own accord.
No,
true.
Most racists know not to say the N-word in public.
This is
That's
honestly
also
that
true.
expression of what I was talking about earlier, where it's like, I don't care about any of these things, but I want to be seen to look good. And it's literally...
Oh, that reminds me of what the quote I was thinking of. I don't know if one of these guys said it or it was on Twitter, but someone said like, okay, so basically they're saying is like Tourette's isn't real, it's fake. So these people were spent the last 10 years making dozens upon dozens of fake mental disorders, and now that a real one is like at the forefront, now they have a problem with it.
This movie is going to open at the same time as a biopic about a black guy, and so I want to defend black guy movie. So this movie needs to move and go somewhere else, because It's got the.
You're right. We should delay the Michael Jackson.
It's got the stink of like white people racism thing.
It doesn't make sense at all.
To it. That's all it is.
Is she worried that people in one movie are gonna hear the Tourette's guy in this theater next door? I don't understand the logic.
The people saying it was disgusting that this was done during Black History Month, as though Tourette's did it on purpose. It was
Tourette's did it on purpose during Black History Month. Oh my god!
I'm gonna aim for this month.
Damn you, Tourette's! It's like there's like a big CEO. The CEO of Tourette's is in his tower right now, like twiddling his fingers.
It's gonna be hilarious.
Damn you!
Tourette's exist during Black History Month.
Michael turns white like halfway through, so it is kind of for everyone. Just depends on which part you're gonna go to.
What?
Yeah. Oh man. We live in a world, right?
I was gonna say we live in a society.
It's an interesting one.
I need to get like
many interesting characters.
This feels no.
I need to get like not
scenario.
I need to get like I need to get like a V2 asset for like clown makeup. Whenever the society thing comes up, I need to put that shit on.
But here we are, I guess. It does sound like a joke from.
Okay, so something
kind of
spicy.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
this is
Hoppy.
indistinguishable from parody. Yeah.
What's the spicy thing you got? Anyway, that was the BAFTA scandal, Tourette's scandal, and for old time's sake, let's hear it one more time. Let's hear it. I want to find like a clip of it. I guess this works.
The stars of the film Sinners, Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo, walk on stage to present an award at the British version of the Oscars.
Good evening.
Then, out of nowhere, someone in the audience starts shouting obscenities, including the N-word.
Look at his face. I love his reaction. I love how he's also trying to stay like stone cold as possible. By the way, these guys were great in the movie. I actually liked Michael B. Jordan as the twins, and this guy was the harmonica guy. I think he was actually pretty good. As like an older kind of like uncle character, he was pretty alright. I think the acting was great.
Taken aback.
We're here to.
So who would be so offensive? The foul-mouthed insults came from this man, John Davidson. He suffers from Tourette's syndrome.
Wait a minute. Is that the guy that's often... No, it's not the same guy. He just looks similar. No, I was thinking of a different guy. There's like a... Okay. No. There's a frequent guest that Red Letter Media has. He's also like kind of like a chubby guy, kind of like him. He looks kind of similar to him. I can't remember his name. He's another actor. Okay, he just looks similar. Okay, it's like oh my god, is Red Letter Media somehow connected to this? It'd be oh my god. Face, god damn it, we can't do this, DI. Again, I feel genuinely bad for him, but at the same time, it's pretty funny. I can't deny that. Anyway, oh my god. Okay, I want to do one last story. We're gonna do this one just real quick. It's like how long is this? Like a 13 video. Okay, we'll do this. We'll do like 20 minutes or so over this. Oh, Leaflet covered it too. Well, oh, she's also using the same video to cover it. Well, guess what, bitch? Leaflet's a joy. I'm kidding. Well, I had the idea first, even though her video came out 2 days ago. Anyway, we're gonna like cover this real quickly. Basically, let's start with this. We make fun of like the virtual singlers and all that, but let's be honest. There are retards on every side of the aisle. Let's be real. It's not just lefties. There's plenty of conservatives who are also being dumbasses. And that's why, like, when this came up, I was like, oh, I want to talk about this. There was a prominent conservative speaker who decided to make the very, very smart decision to make fun of anime. And let's just see what he had to say.
Here. So today we're going to be looking at yet another example of a cultural or political movement that is being derailed by a weird hyperfixation on a complete...
I don't believe there should be a... Oh boy. I'm an American. Our race was basically almost wiped completely off the map. To the point other countries didn't know we existed. My ancestors' land and people use and treat like we never happened, but we don't get any recognition. I mean, I would definitely say you probably deserve more than that. I don't want to get too spicy. I kind of take the Morgan Freeman approach regarding Black History Month. In like, why do you need a specific month? Isn't Black history American history? Why can't we just celebrate you all year? Why can't we celebrate all Americans all year? And like all the accomplishments that we made as a country and as a people over time. And yeah, so like I call it the Morgan Freeman approach, because like people get, they kind of get a balk a little bit when it's like, this wasn't my idea. This was a very prominent, very well respected Black actor's idea. I love Morgan Freeman. He's like one of the smartest people I've ever heard speak, and of course he has the voice to back it up too. He is an amazing gentleman and actually values hard work and self-actualization, and also taking accountability for yourself. And for a lot of people, that ain't no good. But yeah, so that's why he's such an icon, and I absolutely respect him. And when I found out that this is what he thought about that, I think he said this like back in like 2014, way before I got involved in any of this like higher thinking political talk. And when I heard about it, I was like, holy shit, this guy's like the smartest man ever. As also a Native American, I don't care. I love the USA. Yeah, like let's just be proud. Let's just all be American. Like, why do we like? I'm not saying like forget your heritage. Like, go to your like I'm speaking for myself, but like go to your abuelita's house, go have barbecues, go to your niece's quinceañeras, go have fun and celebrate like your culture's customs. But at the end of the day, like, we're all American. And like that should be the most important thing, And that's something we should all be able to like relate to each other on and have common ground on, that we're all American. You Uma? Is that supposed to be like the Morgan Freeman like something like that? Anyway, sorry. Anyway, back to this guy being a freaking moron.
It is anime.
Not Rev.
We're seeing a political one issue that I'm sure a lot of you guys.
Okay, this guy. Now, like I said earlier, I have been I've been watching a lot of debates recently, and he's like one of the other debaters. He's another right-wing boogeyman, Matt Walsh. I've seen a few of his debates. Like, he has like some famous ones, like talking up to like trans individuals and things like that. He's not very well liked. Let's put it that way, from people who probably wouldn't like me either. I mean, that doesn't matter to me, not really. Like, whatever, who cares? The point is, I heard him speak. He's actually pretty eloquent, and he's a pretty good debater, and he makes some good points. On this, however, he's a fucking moron.
Are aware of him, and whether you like the guy or not, he has a very big issue with anime. Now, I will say, back in 2024, I
need to watch this movie. This was like him, like just outing, like I'll let Rep
saw his movie Am I Racist in theaters. I thought it was very funny. He basically went undercover and went into these DEI related programs and practices and exposed.
Yeah, he basically exposed
not only embarrassing virtue signalers, but also just complete fraudsters. And spoiler alert, the ending scene is just the chef's kiss, where he interviews the author of the book, White Fragility. And
I know that book. I've seen that book on shelves. And every time I see it, I'm like, why is this still here?
Own virtue signaling convinces her to open up her wallet and give like $20 over to his black co-producer as a form of reparations.
Such a sad woman. Like I said, like, he's done some good things, and like I agree with him on some things, but like, just because you're right sometimes doesn't mean you're right all the time. Then there's the same people try to use me as a scapegoat for this is stolen land. Like I didn't ask to be used for. Yeah, the whole stolen land thing is so fucking stupid. Like anyone who uses that argument, it's not even an argument. Like this is a nation of laws. There are things that we collectively agree to follow so that we don't turn into like a suspect where we're all killing each other. Those same kind of people kind of like is okay, there's no just laws under stolen land. Okay, what if this guy next to me killed you? What then? There's no law. So fuck off. It's so stupid. Anyway, that's a completely different argument. We can talk about that later. It'll probably come up eventually.
The problem, like I said, is that when it comes to anime, he has a very big issue with it, and it's a hill he is willing to die on. Here's just one of many clips of him talking about anime over the years.
What's your opinion on anime? It's really popular amongst teens and young adults. I think it's all satanic. I have no argument for it. I have no argument for why it's satanic. It just seems that way to me. All anime to me seems weird, just like bizarre, creepy.
There's multiple things that are wrong with this. I will tell you why.
In general, I don't think that adults should be, whether it's anime or any other kind
mop
of
wash. Sure, go ahead.
Adults really should be watching cartoons in general, I would say.
Now, of course.
Okay. Here's why he's fucking stupid. Okay, first of all, he's like, it's just demonic. That's his first argument. Everyone knows about the satanic panic. Slice of life is satanic. Yes, you watching those cute anime girls going camping, you're satanic now, Hoppy. Good job. That that anime about like, you know, two young lovebirds like going through high school and then going on to get married, you're fucking satanic actually. God, that's another thing we're gonna get to, like just how fucking stupid, even from his worldview, how moronic his opinion is. Some atheist. Well, you're satanic too, but according to his stupid thing. Anyway, the first fucking problem is the whole demonic thing. Like, what does that even mean? And it kind of relates to like his whole, like, he doesn't have a reason. He's just like, it just feels demonic. So like his entire argument is essentially based on vibes. Really? It makes me uncomfy. Like that's what he sounds like. He sounds like the morons on Twitter who complain about you liking boobs or liking violent video games or anything like that. It makes me uncomfortable, therefore you shouldn't have it. He's literally using their same mentality. And he pretends to be like this holier than thou, wise, conservative debater who is a man of God and yada yada yada. Like, no, you are literally on their level. You are just like them. What the hell is going through your head? Clearly nothing. Oh my god, even has multiple Christian imagery mop wash. And like that's another thing. Let me just like summarize, like this is a 13-minute video, so like I know it, I remember it fairly clearly. Basically a bunch of people, including Savvy and I think Kirsha as well, came out and told him how he's stupid. And the anime and Japanese culture in general are so important, and they should not just be thrown to the wayside by like the right or conservatives or whatever, for multiple reasons. One, it's integral to our culture. It's integral to American culture. Because a lot of us grew up on anime. I mean, what do you think I came to this conclusion to dress up like a stupid bunny for? So it matters to us, and it's just part of the culture now. It's not just a separate thing. It actually has melted into our fabric as a nation and becoming part of our identity, and that's a good thing. And like there's a difference between like the whole melting pot analogy and then what's happening in like in other places in the United States where it's turning into like a mosaic where things are together but separate. No, this is actually part of us. It's like actually Japanese Americans and Japan in general, like bringing their culture in and allowing us to like partake of it and find ourselves in it, find things that we can relate to in it. And like for a lot of people, like you've heard the whole thing, like the poor lonely 14-year-old who was kind of saved by watching anime and found stories of inspiration and love and a reason to move forward because they were watching anime. And that's another thing too. A lot of anime has very strong Western and even borderline Christian values. Like you mentioned there, TOA, how Evagon has multiple Christian imagery of us. It's not just that. It's not even just like religious imagery. We're talking about things like remember I gave that like the joking example of like, oh, like two sweethearts in high school falling in love and then going off and getting married. Isn't that a Christian value? Isn't that something that this guy would encourage and want? I've been listening to a lot of debates. That's like one of the things that they are constantly talking about, like how the family unit needs to come together. Like it doesn't even have to be a Christian family, it just needs to be a family unit. Mothers and fathers need to stay together and need to raise their damn kids. And like, isn't that literally what some anime are like encouraging for you to like go off, find the love of your life, start a family, and contribute to society? That's something he values. I know he values it because I've heard him talk about it. And yet he's just gonna completely throw it out the window because it's anime, it's demonic. It makes me feel uncomfy because it looks weird. And then there's other things. Someone in the examples of Twitter posts, they mentioned things like how anime brings forth like the hero's journey and encouraging self-improvement. Like just off the top of my head, My Hero Academia, literally the first episode is about a kid going on a self-improvement journey, going like kind of like borderline killing himself to perfect his body so that he could become a hero and for his community. These are values that he holds, but it looks funny, so I'm gonna throw it out the window. It's like calling Pokemon demonic because it was originally called pocket monsters. Yeah, like it's basically just using like you don't understand it, so therefore I'm gonna attribute it to the worst possible thing I can come up with. Also the time they said Merry Christmas and Umamusa Batur translation. Yeah, that's another thing. Like the anime, that's a good example too, because like the anime itself was embracing American Christian tradition, but it was weirdos who don't like America and who don't like those traditions who tried to get rid of it. So basically, why are you
done here at
writing off something that a lot of people who agree with you, who are on your side, hold dear, and also can be used to like encourage people to be better than they are? Again, a lot of your values are attached to anime. Like, yeah, like of course there's things like hentai and things like that. And of course he's not gonna like, this guy's like it may surprise you to know, but this guy is like massively anti-porn and things like that, which is just another thing. Like, again, that's another thing that I'm very much against. Like, just like you just gotta throw porn out the window, period. And like, it's just a weird fucking thing in like both like Christian conservative spaces as well as like masculine spaces. Like, you just have to give up porn entirely. Like, dude, like some of us just want to enjoy ourselves a little bit. Like, I can understand to a point, like, oh, you're addicted to it and you're doing nothing but jerking off. But if somebody's like just enjoying it in moderation, it ain't your damn business. Who cares? Why do you care so much about what other guys do in their bedroom alone at night? And then this guy wants to call other people gay when you're why do you want to know what I do in my bedroom at night? Fucking weirdo. Anyway, it's be canon all over again. I'm not aware of that debacle. You have to like enlighten me on that. Anyway, here's how like this way more concise thing, and I probably could have made it more concise if I was like not talking, if I was typing it. Excuse me, typing it out. Oh, thank you for the redeem, TOA. Oh god, wrong button. Oh god, there you go. Sorry, press the wrong button. There you go. Mwah. Thank you. Well, let me see. Let's group watching it for kids. Something for us, Mary. They'll say their interests and thoughts. And yeah, that's another thing. Anime has kind of become like a safe haven. Wrong kiss. What do you mean? What do you mean wrong kiss? What did I do wrong? Oh yeah, the bunnies. I mean, you got bunny kisses too. I mean, they're both bunny kisses. Anyway, the point is, what Kiss is getting here, that's another thing. Anime has kind of become like, I don't want to use the word safe place, but like it's kind of been like a sanctuary, I guess is a better way to put it, for like these more traditional stories and values. Like I said, the hero's journey, finding family, self-actualization, self-improvement, all these ideas that a lot of the people like Kirst, like we all know, Kirst is a very right-wing VTuber. Like all these things that that she values, that he values, are present in anime. And for a lot of crazies, like you mentioned with the whole Merry Christmas translation, those people hate those values. They're awful, they're mean, they're fascistic, they're narcissistic, they're they leave people behind, they encourage people to like get together with their families who are abusing them, yada yada yada, all this cope and nonsense. But anime has always valued those things and like and upheld them as things that you should hold as like, you know, things that you should aspire for and preserve and want in your life, to become a better person, to find love and start a family. Like again, I keep repeating myself, but you know what I mean. It's only until recently that we've seen examples of like Japanese companies kind of like bending the knee to the West a little bit in a what's the word? Oh fuck. Misguided attempt to appeal to those crazies, thinking that they're thinking that the modern audience is the way to go. Like that's where the money is. They're starting to realize slowly but surely, like, no, this isn't right. The people who want anime are the people who value these kind of things, those stories, the hero's journey, yada yada. He puts IRL creeps and cons under the same umbrella. God, really? It's freaking real. Holy cow, of course he does. Like, that's what a lot of... Like, if you are against lolis in general, then you usually do that immediately. You just assume that they're actual pedophiles, like, period, which is just so fucking stupid and retarded. Plus, the anime isn't political. It's one of the only that's another thing. I think that's another thing that Kirst brought up too. Like, it's one of the few things that doesn't try to get political. It just tells a good story about good values. Again, it doesn't even have to be Christian values. It's just good values about being a better person. And so, like, why is he... It's just so asinine that he doesn't understand it. And he has this crooked worldview that if you're an adult, especially if you're an adult male, you should not engage with anything that vaguely looks like a cartoon. Period. Because he has this warped view of masculinity that, like, you're not supposed to engage in that. He said, I think in that video, he gives, like, you should only on very certain occasions should you ever watch cartoons. I think he's gonna refer to, like, if you're watching it with, like, your kids, which is just so stupid. As if, like, we need to stop hearing good stories after we become adults. Someone like C.S. Lewis, C.S. Lewis and Tolkien, those creators, someone that he probably admires, those people that he probably admires, probably would laugh at this fucker. Because he just thinks that a story, if it's aimed towards children, you shouldn't be consuming it. And it's so fucking stupid. Encourages his audience to report people just for enjoying fictional characters. Does he really do that? He's not even. He might be even more far gone than I thought. Or outcast and oust them to their communities and friends. Jesus Christ! Bible classic Christian anime. No, God, no, God. Bell Black's a good anime, but it's not Christian. It very much isn't. Oh my god. Sorry, cracking my neck. Gonna be the best there was. Chris will pull the street, teach me, I'll teach you. Yeah, exactly. Like that's just like a small snippet of like the whole point of the story was just to go do things and find yourself and become better. I know, again, I'm repeating myself, but like it's really what it is. Yeah, here's what like Kirsta said, like we were agrees with you, TOA. Like anime was just a place for good stories. It wasn't political. It was just fun and teaching good universal messages. Yeah, and that's why so many, like, he would be surprised, but or maybe disgusted by this, that so many of the people who watch anime probably agree with him on like on a lot of other issues, because like they lean in his direction because they're seeing what they love be cannibalized by like the crazies, like the localizers and all that. And now he just wants to like toss them out. Just treat them as trash. And if you like it, you go with the trash. You might as well be part of it. And it's just so stupid. Like it reminds me of like what side scrollers are kind of doing. Like how they're encouraging, we need to create content for us, for people who appreciate what we appreciate, like who just want to have fun, see big boobs in video games, just have good violent gameplay, and as well as like try to keep politics out of like entertainment as much as possible. We have to make the entertainment ourselves, and that's why like side scrollers is like saying we need to like make our own content. But a part of that also is like, why are you just letting them have it? Why are you letting your enemies have access to an avenue to encourage people to come to their side when you can use it to encourage people to come to your side? I don't get it. Like it's like literally throwing away a perfectly good tool. And I know that sounds like callous and like overly practical to see anime as a tool, but like I'm trying to like get into his mindset. Like, why would you completely write something off when it'd be useful to you? Like, not only is it encourages your values, but also you could use it to like, you know, encourage more young men to come to your side, and or people who might be wayward of themselves. So like, yeah. Also, Kirst is a perfect example of this. She used the power of Big Booma anime to get people to be more vocal and talk about these issues, as well as be willing to share their experience of like, you know, not agreeing with the other side of the aisle. And she did it all with a big titty fox waifu thing. And like, I'm kind of doing the same thing with a femboy rabbit. So like, what? I don't know. It's just it's just so fucking stupid. And I don't know. You guys taught me how to read between the lines, math, and how to think outside the box. Yeah, like again, everything is good stories teach you good lessons. Taught me that you can achieve if you push yourself hard enough. Sailor Moon taught me girls can be cool as well. Yeah. Like these are good things to learn, but like he just wants to write them off as silly cartoons and demonic. Again, like where does he even come up with a demonic thing? Again, it's literally just he feels a vibe from it, which is just so silly and childish. Thank you for the water, TOA. This really silly and childish on his end. Like, what the fuck? And I guess it's a good cautionary tale. Like, I know we make a lot fun of a lot of people from the other side of the aisle, but like, there are plenty of morons on the right side as well. There are plenty of morons on the right. Like, don't forget, like the Satanic Panic and the violent video games thing came originally from the right side. And there are still people there trying to bring it back up. Like, don't get me wrong, there are lefty politicians trying to bring up the video games make you violent thing. Well, first they tried to do like video games make you sexist, but then now they're going back to like video games make you violent. Same shit, different day. Like these are all they're all the same. Like all these they're just different shades of stupid. It just so happens that he's red and the other ones are blue. Like that's the basic gist of it. They're all fucking stupid. And you should be like critical of all of them. And I'm glad like he's getting run through the muck. Something that I'm pretty sure he's not used to. Ever since, especially since Elon got a hold of Twitter. So yeah, good. Like give him his lumps and hopefully he'll. I don't know if he's gonna come around. I highly doubt it, but if he does, well, good. If not, well, fuck him. Anyway, I think that's a good place to stop. My voice is starting to give out, but either way, I think that was a productive evening. I'm sorry, TOA. I don't want to go too long. Like I sometimes go for like 4 or 5 hours on these, but like again, I want to like keep it mostly under wraps. Like again, like I start feeling my throat start to feel hurting, and I have been screaming. I am aware of that. But either way, guys, I had fun. Again, I want to keep doing this on the regular. Hopefully, I won't wake up tomorrow and not be able to talk. If that, we'll see. I really hope I don't wake up tomorrow and I just can't speak, because like that was scary that one time. I think I already said it. Like I had a stream. I went for 4 hours, and then the very next day I couldn't speak at all, and I had like a mini panic attack about it. So hopefully that won't happen. I feel like I have friends with on Super kept streaming on his title. Fuck, oh boy. Yeah, unfortunately, like I said, this is a very politically polarizing time, and a lot of people can't just seem to agree to disagree, and some people are like moving to the point of being legitimately violent. But and that's just unfortunate. If you know, yeah, like all of us, like that's why like I like recent events. I think I already said this before. Recent events have pushed me from just talking about video games and stuff to like actually talking about more direct stuff with video game, with like you know, politics and games, and then like real world politics and things like that, and like why it's important and why we should push back against it. And I hope you guys again take these lessons to heart. Lessons. I was talking my up my ass. But you know what I mean. Either way, it's all in the service of eventually of having fun. You know, we have fun, but we have to occasionally, you know, do some work so we can keep having fun, right? So I'm sorry about that with your friend Hoppy. I've had similar issues like that recently, and you know, I hope they come around, but well, I don't know. I can't say. Yo, we are the age to make change, to be honest. Yeah, that is true. Like I said, at this point, we have to start taking it seriously. We can't just ignore it anymore, especially right now. But you know, hopefully things will calm down eventually. I can't give a date or a time, but hopefully it'll calm down eventually. I mean, God, it's been a year, guys, hasn't it? What do you mean? It's barely gonna be March tomorrow. One heck of a year. Anyway, but well, you know, it is what it is. We just gotta roll with it, and we'll get through it. You know, another commentator I like to follow, Amir. He likes to say this at the end of his videos. Like, it's called going through it for a reason. We're going through it. We will get to the other side of it. Like, just remind yourself of that. It's this is not permanent. It's temporary. You'll get to the end and it will be better. All right, don't worry about it. Only have 4 days left to your 20s. Let's go. We're all getting old. Also, happy early birthday. If you come on stream, if I'm streaming on your birthday, Poppy, let me know and I will wish happy birthday then too. But yeah, let's see. No stream tomorrow. I always take Sundays off because I have to go do some errands, go to the gym, things like that. I would like to stream on Monday. If not, Tuesday. We'll see what happens. and then we'll go from there. Again, no schedule. I just need to play it by ear. Like I said, I want to do like at least 3 or 4 streams per week. This was the 3rd stream of this week. So, excuse me, burp. But yeah, I think the next stream will be Beyond Citadel. I wanna, like I said, I want to finish that game, and then we're gonna go back into Persona and possibly Pokemon. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I always appreciate it. Hope you all stay happy and healthy, and I'll see y'all again real soon. All right, later. All right, guys, have a good night. Bye bye.